ridiculous. Yo!
Are we live? Hey, everybody.
Is it loaded? How is it going?
I haven't been on here a while, so I figured this week I'd hop on here. Doing McCacken next week, so we'll have a little bit more about that later. Drinking the Freem tonight.
The what?
The Freem. This is my go-to beer right now.
Oh.
Yeah, Freem.
I got the last Incline Marionberry. It's got a bear on it, and he's wearing a hat. That's cute.
Yep. It's PFRIEM. It's really good. It's out of Hood River. That's my go-to beer right now.
Nice. Hey, welcome everybody. This is Dead Dodge Garage Live featuring Tom Hergert, the crew cab dude. Yeah, he's got enough of them. He's earned that title. Rooster, what's up? Did I see McLovin? Oh yes, I saw McLovin. We've got so many mods now, it's ridiculous. Donnie's here. I brought the pizza, but I ate it right before going live. I've been told you're never supposed to eat on camera.
I just had dinner with my family and spent 15 minutes arguing with my children whether it had peppers or not because my wife blended them up in the blender to hide them and they caught her. So that was fun.
Jimmy Baps is jealous of all the tin grills. Yeah, we kind of have like a lot of them. It's
I'll tell you what. If anybody wants a tin grill, now is the time. Go in Facebook Marketplace. My goodness.
Dude, did you see that green one in Bremerton that was down to $2,000? God, I wanted that one. It was magnificent, but it sold. It sold like yesterday. Oh, well.
Yeah. Well, I'm working on a giant horde of 60s power wagons right now, so we'll see if that ends up happening or not, but it's a lot of power wagons, so
many power wagons. I was going to say something, but I don't know what it was. Anyway, hopefully everybody's doing good. Jamie's Tin Grill Museum. Yeah, I had a line of 5 of them. Although the 92 is only an honorary tin grill, of course.
Good enough.
McLovin had the first comment. He was on it. That was impressive. Alan Perryman was next, after a comment from me. That's silly. Cody Hollinger, how's it going? Tiffany Hovey, also here. How's it going? Ben Braddock, bonus nachos. God, I love bonus nachos. Donnie texted me, "Wow, we're pagan." He just does that sometimes. Hold on. Hang on. Earlier he sent me this. I don't actually know what's going on, but...
Is he rocking out or banging his head against the wheel? I can't tell.
All that. Kind of both. There was a soundtrack. I couldn't hear it there for some reason, but yeah. Nice. Rooster is live from his shop tonight. Nice. It was cold out in the shop. I was working on the 81 Challenger today. I put like 3 hours in on that. Did a little tune-up, timed it, and then I swapped to a different Weber. It sounded amazing as soon as it fired up, and then it just started dumping gas everywhere. And I opened it, and it's all full of horrors because it's been sitting in the shed getting rained on for 2 years.
Yeah, I was going through an old NOS pile last week and trying to find some heads to do that video on the J heads and the TA heads. And I found an NOS Solex carb from a Simca.
Oh.
Because Chrysler sold those for like 2 years in the 70s. And apparently this dealer got an NOS Solex carburetor, still brand new in the box with a Simca part number on it.
Wow. Yep. Hey, Dave Freeman's here. I'm going to see him tomorrow, and we're going to go pick up that car for an upcoming video. It's a 65 Barracuda, I believe. It's a 273 4-speed. It's a 2-barrel currently, but we're going to fix all that. Mostly Mopars here. How's it going? Had 2 weddings yesterday for couples in our car club. One pair left in a 70 Lincoln, the other left in a 55 Packard Panama. Wow.
I think the Packard's my favorite of those two.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. Josh had a Packard. I don't remember what model it was. It was a 55 also, I believe. And it sat at my shop for a while. That was a cool car. It sat next to my 55 New Yorker for a bit there. Yeah. Paul Steinberg.
McLovin, I don't. We just went through this on Steven's, that half-ton truck that Jamie did a video on. He just found wheels and caps for that, and he had to kind of search for caps. So no, I don't have any caps, unfortunately. They're kind of hard to find. But I know if he's on here, maybe he can comment because he just did a big search to find them. We put those turbine wheels on that truck, which improve it by 95%. It's looking way better now. It's looking than those rusty steel chrome things. Yeah.
I saw a comment. Where'd it go? I don't know where it went. Oh, Packard's interconnecting torsion bars front to rear. Yeah, they have 4-wheel adjustable ride height. Fancy stuff.
They
had all kinds of cool features. Yeah.
Those are amazingly well-built cars. I mean, those were like Cadillac level. They just couldn't keep up. They didn't have the money to get a modern engine and all that. They just couldn't keep up, and then they merged with Studebaker, which was just a giant mistake. Studebaker basically took them under.
Dude, so yeah, Studebaker Packard. I just got a 66 Studebaker. They had dumped the Packard name by then. It was gone. It was back to just Studebaker. The little door tag on the Studebaker Packard year cars, they say Studebaker Packard, and this one does not. Yeah, I bought. Well, I did buy it. It was cheap, or I wouldn't have bought it from a friend who's having some not fun health stuff going on. And yeah, this 66 Studebaker, which I kind of meant to buy a long time ago, so now I have it. Chris Freemaster says, too many cool cars, I'm jealous. Yeah, we're lucky bastards, for sure. Jaybird, what is going on?
We got another fun one coming up. Jamie, we're doing a customer's 70 Hemi Cuda, so we're pulling the Hemi out, and Jamie's going to get to rebuild it. He's very excited. So It's got a dead hole. We found that out last year, and it's just time to pull it and go through it.
It's not dead. It's just mostly dead. But that thing has never sounded right. It's never run right.
No.
So
it's never
I did my best.
Right. It's always Yeah, I mean, it's always super. I mean, Hemis are cold-blooded, but this one's like next level. So Jamie improved some stuff on it, so at least it runs when he wanted to now. But yeah, it needs to come out. There's a bunch of little detail stuff we're gonna do in that way. The motor's out too. So
I know we're talking about doing that this week, but there's gonna be like some crazy storm on Tuesday.
Is there?
Yeah. Apparently, it's gonna be like 60 to 80 mile an hour winds out here or something. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That'll be fun. It's not a hurricane, but it's like one. Orin Cahoon, 904 drive shaft yoke fit 727. No, they are different.
Dalton, I think I do have some bigger truck stuff, but it's mostly just brochures. I'll have to see what I have. Like, I generally do videos on new stuff I find because the old stuff just gets buried on a shelf and I forget about it. So
Dalton also said this. Yes, I have one at life. I had one at life when I only had one charger. I am no one, says I was late, probably walking around that super long truck. I was not late yet then. And Stacy's here. How's it going, Stacy? And Ben Braddock says, if Jamie's garage is for dead Dodges and Tom's shop restores them back to life, does that make the road between the two limbo? I think my house is limbo.
Jamie does a lot of revivals here, so
we make a lot of things live over there.
He brings them back to life.
Mopar Jimmy loved the Charger video, also the rims and the stance. Yes, I finally did a follow-up video on the 69 Charger today. Very excited about that project. There's all kinds of stuff happening with that. It's got almost 10,000 views right now. It's 4 out of 10. That's not bad. I mean, I'll take it. The Destroyed 318 video did just slightly better. The most recent comment 2 minutes ago, you are the most optimistic person I know. Anyway. Yeah. Stuff's happening. What were you saying?
I don't remember. Gary said, yeah, I do have some big truck paperwork that came from a dealership or Rufino, but kind of I get that. So I don't know if you guys watched my videos this weekend. I did 2 videos. I did one on a big packet of dealer paperwork for a 70 Barracuda and another on merchandising manual, which, by the way, I have in here. If anybody wants to see anything specific from that, I'll show it to you guys. That's really cool. There's a lot of really good information there. The problem is I don't know if anyone will watch a video on a D500 paperwork. And also, the dealership in Idaho that I got this from kind of told me I couldn't really share owner information. So the stuff I got from Duarte Winning on the Barracuda, the guy doesn't really care. I still, there's no addresses and names in there, but the guy in Idaho specifically asked me not to do videos on that stuff. So, but if I find a big truck stuff, one of my things, I'll share it with you guys if I can. So.
You could live in Florida and deal with 3 hurricanes a year. Yeah. I think Donnie's battening the hatches down again right now.
By the way, I'm looking at the forecast. It says there might be snow Monday night. Here. Snow here. I'm not ready for this yet.
It's not good, dude. No snow here,
no.
But... Oh, wait. Hold on. Yeah. No snow here, but rain. So much rain. And... Yeah, this doesn't say much about the wind. Well, obviously every day's rain. But yeah, this doesn't say anything about the crazy winds that are supposed to be coming. That's weird.
My backyard's going to be a quagmire in a couple days.
Winter is coming. Oh yeah, it's terrible. Dude, I buried my tractor in like the one chunk of grass in front of my shop. It's terrible. We got it out. Alan like stood on the back and we were like rocking it. It was good times. We've been cleaning up a lot around here. If you follow me on the Insta-tubes, I put up pictures of my parts hoard lean-to. We've been doing some serious organization in there. And I've got an oil-burning stove that's going to go in. Or oil-burning furnace, I should say. All kinds of other stuff.
Somebody's asking who I am. Apparently they're new to the channel.
I was going to introduce you, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm Tom from Rocket Restorations. I probably shouldn't have done a joke as my tagline. That was kind of the Jamie did a video. So I'm Tom from Rocket Restorations. I run a restoration shop in Olympia, Washington. My my YouTube is Rocket Resto. I do more kind of detailed number stuff than Jamie. Jamie's more the mechanic, and Jamie works here a day or two a week, and he kind of does his own stuff. So we have a very symbiotic relationship. So
when you see me working on like a nice car, it's at Tom's place, but also often usually. Junk. There's all kinds of stuff, but yeah, lately it's been a lot more here. I just haven't been up there as much, but what is the last video I did from there? I've started like 4 different videos.
You have a bunch in the can, but none are done. Like
I know.
There's that Challenger,
70 Challenger, 880 Imperial.
Yeah,
I think there's even another one, and then we're gonna do the Hemi thing. Obviously, that'll be fun. Yeah. Mark dropped in before we started. How's it going, Mark? I just got a set of cylinder heads from him yesterday. Have not gotten into those yet, and it's probably going to be a couple days. But yeah, a set of 273 closed chamber heads. So many people commented on that video and are confused and think 273 heads are a downgrade.
No, they're closed chamber.
Yes, and they were used on 318's factory in 1967. So it's
by the way, can we talk about Uncle Tony basically like not even attempting to race you? He just gave up.
He just folded. I didn't even know that I had won, but someone texted me and said, "I see Uncle Tony handed it to you." That's hilarious. Sounds like Alan will be filling sandbags. Yeah, maybe. Mark asked how the plumbing was going. Dude, we couldn't find the water line, and we can't find the valve over by the house that the water is shut off at. So I can't even like turn it on and look for leaks. So I don't know. Alan said he's just going to start digging up my yard. Yeah. Anyway.
Steven, thanks for buying me off eBay. I appreciate it. Yeah, we've got an eBay store again, Rocket Resto. That's pretty much where I'm at everywhere. So appreciate it. We sell a lot of stuff on eBay. So
tons of stuff. Last video was the 330. Yeah, that wasn't even at Rocket. Really, that was at a customer's place. But yeah, I guess that counts. I'm trying to think of the last video I actually filmed and released at Rocket. The crew cab video started there, but that doesn't count.
Yeah, I have some regrets about that crew cab. I bought that thing like a year ago. I was gonna have Jamie fix it. Jamie fixes everything like a day and a half, and it's perfect. Like
I wouldn't say perfect. Now I'm gonna rebuild the Dana 60 because it's howling. So there's that. Yeah, I've paid $200 for a rebuild kit for that the other day. Did I say hi to Bell James? I think I did. Robert Fitch also here. Tom got a text message.
It's from your Discord, so.
Oh, really? Oh, I don't get notifications. I only get tags. Nice. Johnny Malone's got a brochure for his 66 Valiant. That's cool.
Nice.
That is cool. Did they show the Barracuda in there?
Kramer. Oh, nice. C. Kramer, I'll be honest, I'm not a real big fan of Magnum Force stuff. We're actually gonna be doing I did a video on my dad's Roadrunner a month or two ago when he bought it. That had a Magnum Force front end. Not a big fan, and we are going to be stripping that out and putting a stock front end in it very soon. I'm supposed to get the steering box, so I'm going to McCacken this week, which I'll go into in a second here. So maybe next week, although it's 3 days for Thanksgiving. So next couple of weeks, we're going to be taking that out, and I'm going to do a video on that, like on how bad that front suspension is. And yeah, I don't like any of their stuff, so I would stay away from them.
Also, the Magnum Force said the B-body subframe changed mid-year. No, it changed for 73. There are no 73s with the old non-isolated setup. So I don't know what they meant by that, but yeah.
You can't make that major of a change halfway through a year.
No.
I mean, it's like it's completely redesigned, like 100%.
The entire
it's funny, the 72 and the Chargers look almost the same except for the bumpers, but like it is like there's nothing the same underneath those cars. They're completely different.
You know the doors are different?
Yeah, there's a body line that's different, right?
There's a body line that's different, but also the quarter panel shape is different. So the later door is shorter, I think. You can't even bolt it on there. Just the body line. It's not just the body line difference. The shape is actually different. It's been a long time since I was really into those cars, but I remember seeing someone try to do that, and they are not interchangeable. Which is unfortunate, because the cool rally doors with the thingies on them, you can't put those on the 73s.
Oh, those are the coolest doors.
Yes, they are. Yep. Josh, how's it going? David Biznett, like the Charger? Yeah, everybody likes the Charger. Gene Z, how's it going?
Can I change my byline because it's confusing everybody? Or is it too late?
Yeah, you should be able to click the 3 dots. Oh, wait, I can change it. Oh, hold on.
I did it as a joke, but it's just confusing everybody.
There, I fixed it.
There we go. That's better. Thank you.
I have too much power. With great power comes great responsibility. Yeah, if you click the 3 dots by your picture under the thing. Dude, it took me quite a while. Yeah.
Scott, what you said what year Roadrunner? I'm sorry, I don't understand what Roadrunner you're talking about. I don't think we've been talking about a Roadrunner.
No idea. Oh, your dad's car. 71.
Oh, sorry, my bad. 71 Roadrunner. It's a factory rubber bumper car with louvers. Jamie did a video on it as well.
I did.
I did a video of he bought it from a dealership in Reno, Nevada. So I went down there and did like a thorough inspection on it, like how to inspect a car. And then I did a video of we had 3 cars with 3 different suspensions here, which I thought was a really interesting contrast. So I drove one with the Magnum Force coilovers, did one with like all the QA1 upgrades and suspension upgrades, and then one pretty much stock Daytona. It was a real interesting video because it was driving all 3 back to back. So if you look at my back catalog, at Resto, you'll see him. So
he was way too nice to Magnum Force in that video. I was not in mine. I let him have it. It's
try
just
not
bad,
to burn
dude.
too many bridges.
I mean, I understand that, but like, I don't care. I've got to be honest. Like, I don't think anyone should buy that. Maybe they make other good stuff. I don't know, but I would never buy their. I wouldn't buy that.
I think they do.
I just wouldn't.
Josh, I am working on that green crew cab in California. It's that there's 1,000 cars in that wrecking yard. It's still involved in the courts right now. Last time I talked to the lady, they're still a month to a month and a half away from getting cars released. But I have my name on it, and I'm trying to bring it home. Like that's a really cool, Power Wagon crew cab short bed. I really want to bring that truck home. So.
I have a Power Wagon crew cab short bed, and I probably need to do something with it someday because it's just rotting in some trees right now.
Yeah, that's not a good environment out there.
No. Well, the radiator was stolen years ago, so... Anyway, just a few minutes ago, McLovin dropped who is one of our mods. He's our newest mod. He dropped the link to our Discord channel. If you're not on our Discord channel, you should be. We're in there all the time. I actually went an entire day without checking it recently because I was that busy, but usually I'm in here. Oh, speaking of which, Mrs. Allen put up a picture of her new foster dog on the Discord. Look at him! Just look at him! Nice. Oh, my dogs are all pissed about something. Good times. Dan Orcutt, how's it going?
Spitfire Mike. My eBay name is just Rocket Resto on eBay. So
it's not Rocket Restorations. It's Rocket Resto.
I'm pretty sure it's Rocket Resto.
I'm pretty sure it's Rocket Restorations, but I could be wrong. Gene Z, did I say hi to him? I don't know. All of these messages were so long ago. Chris Freemaster, Dan Orcutt, Connor Lake Havasu, Dan Tupper. So many members in here. Thank you to everybody that is a member. The number is still hovering right around 130. I've seen a bunch of people got like lost their membership and then re-signed up. I don't know what the deal with that is, if it's a billing thing or what, but that seems to happen a whole lot. So the good news is you do get credit for time served, and your FratSog still reflects how long you've been a member. So
time served.
Yes.
I like that. Apparently, my eBay name is Rocket Restorations Mopar Plymouth. I didn't realize it was that long. Apparently, that's for search engine optimization.
For the
it's Rocket Restorations Mopar Plymouth. Yeah.
Dennis Wheeler criticizing my sister for not showing up last week. Nice. Fat Guy in Overalls, also a member. Avon. And Mopar Jimmy said your last 2 videos were great. That was a while ago. Yeah, my sister does not get paid enough to be on time. Greasy Garage is here, or was. Twisted Mopar Garage also. Yo. C. Kramer's ready to learn.
Thank you for the link, McLevin. You want to post a link to my YouTube too, while you're at it, just so people have it. So,
have you sold the convertible yet? Imperial.
The Imperial, no, I still have it. So,
any bites?
Steven Andrews is kind of interested.
That doesn't surprise me.
I need to talk to him tomorrow about it, because it's one of those where it's like, can you finish working on it? And I'm not sure I have the time, so we need to talk about that. So
yeah.
That's a cool car. I liked the one with the metal roof, but that's just me. Dave L.A. is here. Larry Barker. You're supposed to bring enough to share with everybody. Unsubscribed! Yeah. Dan Mafia. Eric Reifsnyder is here from Amish country. How's it going? I hope I said your name right. Ugh. Peppers. Nice. I do not have like 12 Power Wagons. In fact, I only have one. That's actually mine.
Is Mitch's technically yours?
Well, technically, no. We haven't gotten there yet. By the time I'm done with this crew cab, we'll see where we're at. Dude, I'm in that. I bought an oil pump, and then I ended up fixing the one that was in it because it was already a replacement. It just had a little goop. It picked up a piece of grit in the bypass valve. So I just cleaned it and resurfaced it, and it was perfect. I could feel it was rough, and when I was done, it was all nice. But then the box on the new one got wet, so I'm out $120 for that. Bought him a new water pump, fuel pump, diff kit, fluids. The list goes on. So it's getting expensive, plus the time, obviously.
Dan, I've got a 84 LeBaron. I think that's the only 80s Mopar I have.
Oh, someone needs to buy that.
Yeah, that came out of that estate in Spokane. The problem is I need to get the estate paperwork on that. I just haven't done it yet. I just got to give her a call and get that, and I can list that for sale. But it'll be cheap, very cheap, and it's a really nice car. Actually, it has like 65,000 miles on it or something. It's a really nice car.
Yes, it is. Jordan just fired up the Subaru.
Oh,
we'll definitely hear my brother when he gets back. My brother is a total nut job, and he bought a 2020. Are you ready?
Wait.
It's a 2020 Camaro SS 6-speed, which is why he bought it. But it's the worst, most hideous piss green color I have ever seen in my life. It's terrible. Just terrible. Anyway, it is a sweet car, and it sounds amazing. I have to admit that. It sounds amazing. But, yeah, it's the worst color in the world. And it's also a Chevrolet. He used to be cool. I don't know what happened to him. He used to be cool.
You know, my brother sent me an ad for a WRX today. I'm like, I don't even know you anymore.
What year? Like a newer one?
Yeah, like a newer one. He's got
Dude, they just look like Honda Civics.
Well, he has that, what's the name of that thing?
Oh, God. Fit? It's a Fit.
Yeah, it's
Honda
a Fit. But
the Fit is go.
But he got it on an estate sale. It had like 30,000 original miles on it, and it was like $3,000. I mean, like he's just been driving it, you know, because why not? It's cheap, it gets good gas mileage, but he's getting kind of bored. So
hard to beat that. Alan would like to know if he could pay for the gold K car with indentured servitude.
I'm open to that because I need to get some stuff out of my yard. So
yeah, you guys.
That car will not be expensive, like very, very cheap, because it just needs to go. So
yep. Colin's car is just hideous. It sure is. And apparently no one has heard the phrase piss green before. Mark, your Cornet is very, very green, but it's not like this. This is horrible. It's just bad. It's bad. If anyone needs anything, Donnie is here for emotional support. Also, Plymouth on Plywood says they got snow in northern Idaho last night. Ugh. I've heard the passes might be getting messy.
Yeah, they are.
All Classics Restoration, how's it going? Going good over here on the left coast for the most part, except for the rain. What?
The last comment.
Chevy
piss
Chevy
green.
piss green.
Which color of piss green?
It's a cross between piss yellow and puke. No, I've never seen puke green that bright. Maybe I have. No, I don't think so. Okay. You ready? Do not adjust your TV set. It's really that bad. That's too bright. Come on. There you... Yeah. That makes it look more yellow. No, it's not yellow. It's neon green. The colors are wrong in this camera. Anyway. And now it's out of focus. That seems right. Hello?
That actually reminds me at the Downtown Rocket, we used to do body and paint. We did a Sublime, I think it was AR Cooter or something. And like, I remember I was in the paint booth for like 15, 20 minutes. And I got out and was like, I saw spots afterwards. Like the paint was so bright. Like, it ruined my vision.
McLovin says that color is called shock green. That's what my brother told him. And yes, it is. It is.
Sounds about right.
It's terrible. It's just bad. Did I say hi to Glenn Romy? I'm not sure. He was sick as a dog all week, but he made it. End of Time also made it. Nice.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Dead Dodge, how's the Chrysler 300 project coming along? The 79 300 is exactly as it was at the end of the last video, except the carburetor is now much, much worse for no reason. This guy, Alan Perryman, has been behind the scenes in many videos, and in a few of them, he's been helping me with stuff around the shop here. And he really likes that 300. I don't know if you know this, but I have a lot of cars, and so it sounds like Alan is going to take over the project. We're still going to do it on the channel, but he's going to lead the charge on it. And yeah, we're going to get it back on the road. So I'm really looking forward to that. And he's fully in support of my original plan for it, which is I really want to make an honest 300 out of it. So that means we got to make 300 horsepower.
How you gonna do that?
Skills.
By the way, and you know Mike McCandless is the sign guy on the East Coast. Mm-hmm. He's doing a drag race 79 300 right now.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Like full on drag race.
Yeah, and there's someone else that drag races one too, or maybe it's a white Cordoba is what I'm thinking of. I don't know.
Might be. Hey, Glenn.
Bobby Walter, wow, I can't talk, said 340 for life. Hell yeah, brother. Tyler C. just watched the 69 Charger vid. It's my new favorite car in your fleet. That is a cool car, and it's going to be awesome. But it's going to be a while. Pining for the fjords. He's not pining. He's dead.
So, question for you, Jamie. Did all the stuff that came off that Charger, did you weigh it?
Really want to. No, but I do have scales. But actually, someone... Guy Kugler's here and says, Jamie, please get a tetanus shot. I had one when I sliced my hand open, but yeah, it's probably outdated now. I was reminded of that in the comments today. Anyway, someone's asked if I was going to sell pieces of it to hardcore Charger people. But no, what I should do is jar pieces of it and sell those. Something to remember it by.
I bet people would buy that.
I know. That's why I should do it. It just started pouring rain again. It's awesome. Full Garage with a cosmetic question. How do you remove the windshield trim on a 67B body?
Well, they're...
Carefully.
Yeah, so you need a special tool. So there's a tool with a hook on it. So you go underneath. So there's clips all the way around. I think there's 20 clips on that. So you basically have to get this tool. I have one out here. I can bring it out and show you guys if you want. But it's a special window clip tool that has a big metal hook on it. So you have to get underneath and basically grab the clip, pull it up, and then it kind of snaps off. But you kind of have to start at the edges and kind of go around. It's not easy. In fact, I usually have Trev do it because I end up messing up the trim half the time. It takes a lot of patience and a lot of time to get it off without messing it up. It's real easy to bend the trim while you're doing that. So
I was going to say, that is a Trev question. Welcome down off the cross. We could use the wood. Come on up to the house. Yeah, it still has 8 rods. It was like 45 PSI down on that hole. It was something like that. Like, it wasn't nothing, but it was low.
It's just off. Like you can just tell when you hear that car run. It's just off. Like something's just wrong. Kramer on subframe connectors. I prefer the US car tool. That's the ones I've been buying lately. They seem to be the best quality.
They have all the goods.
Yep.
I might be getting their strengthening kit for the 69, or I might build my own. I haven't decided.
I mean, it worked pretty good on Austin's car. That's what we used on that.
It did. We didn't get to test that thing thoroughly enough.
I know. We kind of ran out of time. I'd love to get that car back.
Someone in a comment said that the Fast and Furious Charger it had an early Hemi instead of a 426 for mock-up. Of course, the ones they actually used were powered by small block Chevys with a blower for looks, but I assume there was one with some kind of Hemi. I can't find any like definitive, reliable pictures of the movie car or anything, and I've never watched any of those ever.
Yeah, I sold an 18 spline 4-speed to a guy and delivered it last weekend. He actually had a Charger Daytona clone with a 392 Hemi in it. It was actually kind of cool.
It's interesting. I thought it was cool, and it had a 4-speed, right?
Yeah.
Isn't the 70 Charger that you sold going to be a Fast and Furious clone?
That's the plan. I mean, I don't know if they've started, but yeah, that's the plan. Make a Fast and Furious car out of it, which is, I don't know, it's probably okay. So
now, Dan, first off, it should be obvious that I'm going to make content out of anything I do, but what I'm going to do, I wouldn't even count as a resto mod. When you say resto mod, you think, modern crap, and that's not what I'm doing. It's a second generation Hemi. Unfortunately, we kind of got some not great news from the machine shop on that. So
should we go into that?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, so I don't know. We haven't really told the whole. Jamie's been kind of dancing around this, but so at the Fall Fling Car Show, there was this dude that showed up, and his dad was like a circle track racer and all these really cool race parts, and he had 2 Hemis and heads, and he had a 340 race block, like an R1 race block with W2 heads. So I ended up with getting a bunch of that stuff for pretty cheap. So I am trading one of the Hemis to Jamie because he's going to do a crew cab swap on Cummins swap on that crew cab, which hopefully that'll be coming up soon. Although Jamie's got to have room in his place for 2 trucks. But basically, Jamie's going to do the one block. So we got the heads done, and we got the heads like Magnaflux at the machine shop, and it was not good. It was not good. And then they called me Thursday saying they got the blocks checked out, and unfortunately, the main caps aren't right, so we're gonna have to line bore it, which really sucks.
And they don't do there. So
which they don't do, which is our favorite machine shop because we like those guys. They do good work. So Jamie's gonna have to go somewhere else. And then I haven't picked up the Hemi blocks yet, but all that she said was there's a long list on both blocks, and I don't know what that means yet. But we're gonna find out on Monday how long the list is.
Probably nothing good. I took a picture of the heads. I didn't get like detailed shots, but this is the better head. It had a pin repair in one cylinder, and there are like 7, 8 pins all grouped together trying to fix a crack. And then there's another little guy next to a spark plug. I can't see it in the picture, but anyway, it was not. Oh, same hole. Yeah. So that was the good head. And then the bad head had just cracks everywhere. God, I didn't get a close up, but like you could just see them very easily. And there was one that like went almost all the way across one of those heads. Like the heads are scrap metal and the blocks are not much better. But we're going to fix the block, at least the one I'm getting, whatever it needs, it's got to get done. So anyway, my plan is to put together, here's what I want to do. And it's funny because I was talking to Tony yesterday. He did an article in the 80s called Hemi on a Shoestring, where he built the cheapest 426 possible. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do the YouTube version of that. So unfortunately, now I'm going to have to spend some money. But anyway.
You kind of expected that. Let's be honest. So
yeah. Yep. Not surprising at all. But it's all good. It's a 426 Hemi. It's not supposed to be cheap or easy or anything. Yeah, bring your checkbook, said Dennis. Awesome. For sure. It needs to be furnace welded brazed. It already was welded. That's fine. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward. Jamie's going to do that. Jamie's going to do that crew cab swap for me just because well, I don't have the time right now. And they actually had quite a bit of experience taking tin grill noses off and swapping them because him and Alan just did that on
just did that
Ram truck. And I got that red donor truck, so it's a Cummins 5-speed, just a regular cab 92 intercooled. So that's pretty much everything that my crew cab truck needs. And that crew cab truck's really solid. It's a Montana truck, so we're gonna do the swap, get it running, and then we're gonna kind of figure it out from there. Obviously, that truck's gonna need a bunch more work, but just get it running and driving with the Cummins, and we're gonna kind of go from there. So
looking forward to it.
Should be fun.
Oh yeah. So I commented a minute ago. Oh, from War Ghost. Hey guys, what's your favorite method of lowballing people on Facebook Marketplace on their cars they haven't sold in months or a year? I won't lowball anyone. I won't do that. But I'll come in with what I think is a reasonable price. And usually the magic series of words I use is, would you consider? Because if you preface a lower offer with, would you consider, it sounds a little bit more friendly.
And just don't be a dick. I mean, that's the thing about Facebook Marketplace. Like, there's so many guys who are just a dick, and like a lot of times when I'm selling stuff, I mean, I get lowballed all the time on there. I'm just like, I just tell the person, like, come here with cash, dude. If you come here with cash, I'm more than willing to negotiate with you. But like 9 times out of 10, when someone's like, if I have something listed for 5,000, they offer me 2, and I say yes, they won't come. Like, I've done that several times and stuff. I'm just like, I just want to get rid of this thing. They don't even show up. So like, I basically tell someone if they lowball me, just come out here with cash and we'll talk. And
McLovin's got it. Make offers in person. Yeah, you get so many stupid Facebook messages, and they'll just send you a price, the lowball offer. That's all they'll send you. 1,000. I can't tell you how many of those I got on my Jeep when I was trying to sell it. Like, so many. Ben Braddock said, owning a Hemi is turning your entire life into a scavenger hunt. Yep, we're already there.
Well, and the thing is, I've gotten like 3 stashes of Hemi stuff in the last year, so Jamie has been thoroughly rating my pile. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff. There's rods in there, pistons, there's cams, lifters. So Jamie's going to have a really good start with that motor, just having a bunch of that, stuff put together. We don't have rockers.
A point on that.
Everybody knows what a set of rockers is. He's going to need rockers.
Yes.
He's probably just going to have to buy aluminum heads.
There are some in Tumwater. They don't have stands, though. Or do they have...
Oh, no. Those are the shaker hood rockers. Don't touch those.
Oh, don't buy those?
Bad. Bad.
That bad, huh? What's that bad about it?
Personal experience of those. The ratio on the rockers is incorrect. So they don't work. They don't give you enough lift or duration. So
interesting. Good to know. They seem too cheap, so that makes sense. A Terra Fiddler said the article presumed using parts released by racers and is irrelevant today. Except you do understand that's literally what I'm trying to do, is use ex-racer leftovers. Like, destroyed... That's exactly what I'm doing. That's exactly what I have. So, yes, it's relevant.
Okay, Rich Jordan had a McCacken question, so I think it's probably a good time to go into that a little bit.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who aren't familiar with McCacken, it's the Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals in Chicago. It's always the weekend before Thanksgiving. I've gone last few years. I actually showed my 6-barrel Roadrunner there last year in the barn find section. It is simply the best just car show out there. Just the breadth and quality of the cars there is just always amazing. I mean, one year they had they got every Hemi Cuda convertible there that was known and real. So they had like an amazing at the entrance. They had like 30 Hemi convertibles. I mean, 70 Cudas, 71 Cudas, 70 Challengers. It was amazing. Just a great show. I go to network. I know a lot of people out there. There's always a survivor section that I go through and take a bunch of pictures of stuff because we do pretty OE restorations here, so I really like going there to see those cars. There's the barn find section. It's really great, but the best day to go is Saturday if you can go. It's really fun on Saturday, so they do all the restoration shops that are there. They do all the reveals during the day, and it's just really fun seeing that because there's so much time and effort. And I realize like a lot of people here don't care about stock restorations, but you still have to admire the time and effort put into these things and the quality of the cars getting finished. It really raises the bar for the whole hobby. And I as a restoration shop who puts that much effort into this stuff, I really enjoy going out there and looking at that stuff. And I just want to say I'm going to try to do a live there on Saturday. So I hope all you guys can go to my channel and watch. I'm going to try to do it about probably 1 or 2 Central time, which is noon Pacific probably around 2, because I'll probably have lunch, then come back and do it. But I'll give you guys a little tour of McCacken. I'll go through the barn find section, probably do like half hour walk around. If anybody's got any questions or wants to see anything there specifically, and I'll have it pretty well scouted by then. So I can let you know where the cool cars are and show you. And if there's anything specific you guys want to see, I'll do it on the live there. So, but it's still always a lot of fun. There's a bunch of parties Saturday night I always go to. Some of the guys who have big collections in the Chicago area, they always get like the Chicago deep dish pizza, like the freaking it's like eating a loaf of bread, but God, it's so good, the pizza there. Go out for a few drinks, hang out with friends. It's a lot of fun. So my friend Bill's going to be there. He's got a Sport for Your GT. It's going to be showing there. There's a display of Mopars. That's it's the formal collection, so they're all black with white interiors, and there's gonna be like 25, 30 Mopars that all have black with white interiors. There's just a lot of that kind of stuff in McCacken. There's always like a Malaise era, collection of like late 70s stuff. There's muscle bikes. There's just something for everybody there. It's just a really well put on show. It's well organized, and it's a lot of fun going. So
nice. Josh, who is a Charger diecast nut, he and his brother have tons and tons of them. Of course, they sent me a couple. I think you've seen those. There's the blue 69.
Mm-hmm.
Sup. My desk is covered in them. It's a problem. Anyway, he wants to know if there's a McCacken special diecast. It's a white 70 Charger RT with blue interior. He wanted to know if you saw that car. Who knows what year it was there? It doesn't say on the package or anything.
I don't remember. I'll be honest. I don't remember that car specifically. If you let me know what year, I could probably find out. I've not gone every year. The first year I went was the Hemi Cuda display. I went last year. I think I missed the year before. It was really cool having a car in the barn find section. But unfortunately, like the cost for me to get it out there was a lot of money. It cost me a ton of money to get the car out of there, but it was really cool to have a car in the barn find section out there last year. So, but if you let me know what year it is, I'll see if I can try to remember, see if I was even there that year. So
Dan says you should talk me into going to Carlisle, which is completely unrelated to going to McCacken.
Completely. My brother Gary's been talking about going to Carlisle this year. And I'm thinking about it. I've done Minnesota the last 5 years, 6 years. I'm not going to do that this year. Mostly just for personal reasons. It's hard for me to get away in the middle of the school year because I got 2 young kids. They're both in elementary school right now. Carlisle's during the summer. The problem with going to Carlisle is that trip is cursed for me. So I went in 2004 with my 72 Dodge Polara police car, my baby, and we broke down 14 separate times going cross country, and we couldn't use the AC. It was just awful and torture, and yeah. So, and then I went about 8 years ago, 7, 8 years ago, and a vendor I bought stuff with basically hired me to drive his truck and trailer out, and I wrecked his truck in Wyoming. So
I knew that story was coming.
So I'm kind of 0 for 2 about driving to Carlisle, but I don't know. I'm very much up in the air. If I go, it'll just be one way. Like, if I go, probably my brother will drive out and I'll drive back. Just because, for us going to Carlisle, it's 36 hours driving. Like, there's just no way to do it any faster, especially if I'm bringing my big trailer. I just can't do any faster than that. So it's 6 days just traveling. Then it's 4 days for the show. And I like making stops on the trip. I do my dealer stops, trying to find signs, trying to find NOS parts. Like, I just can't be gone for 3 weeks. Like, it's impossible. I can't be gone that long. So
yeah, me neither.
Yeah, and that's the same problem with Jamie. He did that Tony trip this summer, which was great, but he also was gone for 2 weeks from the shop, which is just when you're working for yourself, it's hard
it's kind of a problem, and it cost an insane amount of money to do, and I never got that back in ad revenue. But it was fun. But yeah, I want to go to Carlisle eventually. I know that's where all of the Mopars are, but I don't really care about car shows. Hi. Oh, yeah, Tom's here.
Ava?
He says hi.
Oh, she hiding because she saw me?
Yeah, stranger danger. How was your weekend? Haven't seen you all weekend. You have fun? Nice jams. You want to say hi to everybody?
Josh, I don't think I was there in 21. I think that was 1 year I missed.
That figures.
That was after COVID, so I think that's the 1 year I missed.
Oh, my mom's here, and she's been here for a bit. But hi, Mom. Grammy says hi. Dave. She says hi. Dave asked if we could stop at your place. Yeah, if we've got time. We'll see how the day goes, Dave. But yeah, that's no problem. It's slightly out of the way, but it's not a big deal.
You getting that Barracuda tomorrow? Is that
yeah. So he's driving up from Oregon, and then he's going to come here, and then we're going to hop in the ramp truck and head up to, I think it's Kent, something like that, and pick that up. Bob Whiting is here. How's it going? I don't know. We got to pull a Hemi, so I'd like to, but I don't know.
I mean, for all those watching, this is how we plan this. I usually text them on Monday and be like, okay,
what are we doing?
What day can you come in?
I don't know.
I got to go to Portland at some point this week, so
yeah,
figure that out.
Yeah. So tomorrow, like most of tomorrow, is going to be that adventure, which will be fun. And of course, Jordan's here, so you know we got to figure out what we're juggling and what we're doing. So I don't know.
I got most of the front end parts for the truck, so I don't know if he wants to handle that. Come out here again, but I don't know.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we could probably do that, and then he can lend hands on dropping the Hemi out.
Yeah, because
Evan's on vacation now, right? Oh, we can get it out in a day.
Yeah, he's gone for 2 weeks. He's gone until Thanksgiving, basically. So
right.
And I'm only here. I'm gone Friday. I'm taking a red eye out Thursday night. So
yay.
Yeah. You can't really get into McCacken on Friday, but I scored a media pass this year.
Oh, because you got enough subscribers on Facebook.
Basically, yeah, I did a bunch of videos last
Facebook?
year and actually did really
well.
I
meant YouTube.
So
I should have said FaceTube. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do a bunch of videos at McCacken this year, so that's gonna support my channel for 3 weeks. That's my goal.
There you go. Yeah. They ought to make door skins for 71 and 2 RT and Rally that could be put on 73 4 doors. Well, you can section it out if you're that talented, but you have to find a set of those doors first. That's tough.
Okay, a couple questions I want to follow up on here, Jamie. Greg, you should make little white books. That's actually not a terrible idea. I've been talking to my friend Dan about that. Dave Wise has books like that too. But the thing is, like, Galen did that, and he doesn't really have a copyright on it. But I just feel like if I did that, I'd just be copying him. And I don't know if there's some trademark stuff with that. I don't know. Galen and I aren't on great terms right now for several reasons, but But I mean, I know him really well, but I don't know why he's not making the books anymore. I mean, that was such a cash cow. So I mean, I don't know why he's not making them anymore. What was the other one here? Yeah, the Ross Wright data books. I have a giant collection of those. I collect those. For some reason, the pre-63 books are almost impossible to find. Oh, she's back. For whatever reason, when they shuffled all the franchises, they did a huge franchise numbers and change when DeSoto went away and the Valiant came in. Those books just all got thrown away. So I don't actually have a 62 Dodge book. I have a 63, which I did in the Max Switch video with Jamie, but I actually don't have a 62 book, interestingly enough. So
Dan Rose had a question. Your 360 Demon, do you have or no a 318 set up the same way with the same mods? You wouldn't do the same mods on a 318, at least I wouldn't. I'm doing a Performance 318. It's coming up. It's a street engine. It's nothing crazy, but it should be quite decent for what it is. I'm also going to do a video, because it's been a long time since I talked about the formula in that Demon engine in detail, and that engine's coming out of that car in the near future. But first, I'm going to try and put it on a chassis dyno so we can get numbers. I've never cared about numbers on any engine ever, but now that I know what that car can do, I am kind of curious, you know? And a lot of people, I'm sure, would want to replicate that if they could. So I'm going to do an in-depth video on the engine, and I'm going to put it on a chassis dyno so we can get some actual numbers, and then I'm going to rip it out of there. But yeah, I've got a 318 video coming up, but it's a different deal. Yeah, I need a rearview mirror. I was reading comments. If I'd looked at my actual screen, I would have seen her. It would be really easy to scare me.
By the way, on the crew cab, when your mirror fell off, on my 78 Trail Duster, I did a video on the 78 Trail Duster I have. I did a video a while ago. We need to get back on that. I need to get the steering fixed. But dude, I spent all this time gluing the mirror back up, all this stuff. Dude, it was outside for a day in 80 degrees, and the freaking thing fell off again. I'm so mad. I spent so much time trying to put that back on and just pull it back off.
Morgan is here with an electrical question. When I turn on the parking lights, the dome light gets very dim, and the fuse, this is a 63 Dart GT, fuse for the parking lights, dome and brake lights burns out. Would this be 100% a headlight switch issue, or is there something else I should be looking at first? That is almost certainly not a headlight switch issue. That is probably a running light issue. Something somewhere is either shorted or for some reason drawing way more power than it should be. Yeah, there's something goofy going on there, and I bet it's a short. But if you're blowing a fuse, it's a circuit pulling too much juice, too much amperage, drawing too much amperage, and it's either doing that because of a short to ground or because of another messed up light issue. So what I would do is pull out all of your running light bulbs one by one and see if the problem stops. 63s are a little weird too. Those harnesses are slightly different than the later ones. But functionally, yeah, all the running light stuff's the same, so shouldn't be too hard to sort that out. But that's what I would do. I doubt that is a switch problem. I seriously doubt it is.
My brother's making fun of me.
Yes,
comments, by the way.
Yes, for puffing your chest out. Last year, I asked if I needed to help you get a press badge.
Look, the reason for the press badge is you just have access. Like it's
no,
you can get to places you can't. So if I'm trying to do videos, it's pretty important to have that pass so I can get videos. Because the problem is on Saturday, there's so many people in there, you can't get videos of cars. So it's got to be Friday during setup day, and you can't get in Friday without a media pass. So that's why I got a media pass. So my brother can go to hell. Do you guys sell cars into Canada? Less? Is it a hassle? It's really not a big deal as long as the car's over 25 years old. So there's a lot of paperwork to file. You got to go to the border, but no, it's not a big deal crossing the border. I haven't bought a car from Canada in a long time. I haven't sold a car up there for a while, but if it's over 25 years old, it's not a huge deal. The problem is transportation because no one wants to actually cross the border. Getting it to the border is not an issue, but there's not it's really hard to hire someone to go the distance to do that, but it's not a big deal. So.
Spitfire Mike with a question. Jamie, did you put flat top pistons in your Demon or the factory dish pistons? They are not dish pistons. It's a flat top with valve reliefs. It's a performance piston. It was in that engine when we got it, so they were used when we reinstalled them with fresh rings. And Morgan said that he has LEDs in each of those running lights. I would still do the same exact thing. It's highly unlikely that the switch has much to do with that. It's not that it's impossible, but it's highly unlikely. If there was a short inside the switch, it would probably just blow the fuse instantly. How about your dash lights? They're on a sub fuse, which is also a smaller amperage. So I guess it's probably unlikely that it's that. You'd be blowing the dash light fuse. Yeah, same thing applies though. I mean, it could be a socket issue too. Pull each bulb, look at the pins, make sure they're not touching the side, and then test again. Do that with every bulb one by one. And because you're 63, you don't have side markers, so it's only 4 bulbs. But yeah, I'll bet you good money it's in one of those circuits. Pumpkin Angry, how do you feel about the Jeep XJs? I love them. Worthless. How dare you? I sold my rusty one. I still have another one.
You haven't driven that much lately. You were driving that for
a
month.
Well, it vibrated on the highway, and it wasn't that fun to drive, and the mileage was atrocious.
Did you sell the nice one or sell the bad one? I think you sold the bad one.
Well, I sold the green one. I've never driven the red one because I don't have paperwork still. Oh. Good times. Good times. There are a lot of comments in here. Did I say hi to Vic? How's it going, Vic? Gray Dude is also here. Sup? My sister dropped a link to Tom's channel. That was a half hour ago. Okay, cool. McLovin still has that new mod smell. Nice.
I like that.
Nice.
Did Tony go out already?
Oh, probably, yeah. 199
Tony's
people.
still...
Oh, yeah. Mexican Specs here, so Tony's off. How's it going?
Oh, I didn't like. Make sure you like the channel. I forgot to like it.
How dare you like the live? Yeah, Tony hopped off on time tonight. Maybe it's because we were streaming together last night for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it was really funny. I watched most of that today just to see what Jamie was talking about behind my back.
And he sent me an angry text message.
It wasn't angry.
Yeah, well,
it was playfully joyful, whatever.
Well, there. So you're getting something out of this. Scott on drums just subscribed to you. Thank you, Scott.
Appreciate it.
Anyway, you were saying.
Yeah, it was like at 2 hours. They're like, "Oh yeah, we're done," and then they go another half an hour. So, yeah,
this is the way.
Very, very Tony, very Jamie. So
Dennis Wheeler said the Dana Howl was a factory upgrade from the standard Dana. Good times. And McLovin just dropped another link to our Discord channel. If you're not in there, there's all kinds of cool stuff happening. Let's see. Has anyone joined yet during this very live stream? Not yet. No one has joined our Discord. No one wants to play with Wumpus. Someone needs to...
Russell, I don't have a lot of Max Wedge stuff. I bought out an estate a few years ago where I got a bunch of that stuff, and I've sold most of it. I don't really have much original Max Wedge stuff left. It's
that
really
that
cool
was only
stuff,
last year, dog.
No, it was Marinoff. That was.
Oh, well, you had more last year or early this year or something. Whatever.
Well, that was the Barracuda guy. Yeah, that was the top.
Oh, yeah. And it had all been modified for a boat or something.
I got a ton of that stuff. I got like 3 blocks, 4 sets of heads. I got a ton of stuff from Marinoff from that estate.
What happened to my brother? I don't know. It used to be cool.
The dealer docs, Bren. So Cody bought these to scan onto ebodies.org. There's a lot of this stuff's available on Hamtramck Historical. All the data books are scanned on there, so you can check that out for a lot of the stuff. But he doesn't have most of the stuff I have right now. I would love to scan it. Honestly, I just don't have the time. Like it's just, if somebody wanted to take on that project, you're more than welcome to borrow the stuff. But I just don't have time to scan it, put it online. I just don't.
Excuse me. No Beret, what's up? Oh, my sister just dropped another link to your eBay store. There you go. Bell James says 81 and partly cloudy today in Oklahoma. Picked a pickered. Wait, they weren't pickled. Okay. All right. A peck of peppers, but they were not pickled. Got it. Fresh out of the garden. Nice. No Beret is here. How's it going, No Beret? What is up? Charles S. sent over a $10 super chat. Thank you very much, Charles.
That's a nice one.
Hi, Jamie and Tom. Well, you and Dave are in Kent. Go to the family drive-in if you guys want a good burger. Great little hole in the wall. God, I love a good burger. But, it will be a working trip, and I do not want to get caught in traffic up there. So I'm going to try
it is such a narrow window.
I know. I'm trying to hit it.
I don't think people understand who don't live in Seattle. Like, there's this window where from JBLM, Fort Lewis to Tacoma, and then from Seattle north, like if you miss that by half an hour, it costs you like an hour and a half of traffic. Like, you don't want to mess around. You go up there and you get back before traffic gets bad, or else you're going to sit in traffic forever.
Every time I go there, I say it's the last time I'm going there. I hate it. But I'll do anything for a friend in need. Stephen Andrews is here. What is up? Your ears must have been burning. We mentioned you at least twice.
Speaking of ears burning, I'm going to do a Mustang video pretty soon. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. I knew you filmed that. No. Bad. No, the Charger's not a Lemon's car. Oh, what now?
The
Mustang
my Rusty one I had, that might have been fun.
Yeah, I could see that one. That one was bad enough.
Mm-hmm.
C. Kramer 115. Jamie. Oh, you already mentioned the subframe connectors you like.
Yeah. US Car Tool. They're the best ones out there. So.
Well, yeah, I was just looking at them. They have a kit. They sell a stiffening kit that's torque boxes and subframe connectors, and then they have their mega one that also comes with all the front end, the extra reinforcement stuff.
It adds a lot, especially on a car that's a little structurally challenged with rust.
It's not that bad. It's so funny, the perspective, because people from Wisconsin and Michigan.
Whoa. Did you say it's not that bad?
Your car. Oh, were you talking about your car? I thought you were talking about my car.
About your car.
My car?
Yeah.
Do you remember yours? My car's great.
It was worse.
Yeah.
Mine sat in a wrecking yard in Montana on the ground for 30 years.
The cowl of yours cracked when you strapped it to the trailer. My car's great. It just has that rust in the back. Like, it's not. It's rusty, but it's Charger rusty. It's normal. I have front frame rails. My brother can't say that. My fenders are passable. My doors they got little bubbles, but they're not bad. Good hood. Come on. It just needs literally every piece of sheet metal in the back.
I just saw your video.
Yeah, it's bad. But anyway, what I was saying about perspective is people from the Midwest comment and say, you think that's rough? You think that's rusty? In fact, I've seen comments about that in this today. Oh, I can't remember who said it, but you Northwest guys think you've got rust. Come to I think it was Pennsylvania, and I'll show you rust. Yeah, we know.
The thing I'll never understand, though, is like I list cars online and they're like the most rust-free things ever, and everyone's like, I don't want to pay for shipping. I'm like, okay, so you want to buy a rust bucket for $2,000 or pay $5,000 for my rust-free convertible that like is turnkey? Do the brakes, get tires on it, and go drive it down the road. I never understand that. They complain about the rust and they won't buy a West Coast car. So, yeah.
Dwayne Harrelson, eggnog with rum or brandy? I think it's got to be rum.
Steven, I need to call you. Sorry, I got your call. I was at the Husky game. I was about more than a few drinks in at that point. I went to the Husky football game on Friday, and I meant to call you back and I didn't. I'll try to call you tomorrow, Steven. Oh, let's talk about that convertible. So,
Sickman's Gas is going to Magnum swap a 73 Duster because of me. Awesome. Happy to help, I think. And Robert Fitch says tetanus shots are good for 10 years, so I've got another 5 years to go at least. Yeah, McLovin said, now that I took all the crap out of the 69 and swapped the wheels, it doesn't look too bad. Dude, it looks so much better. Just sitting in the shop, every time you see it, it's like, oh, wow. Yeah, it's still a piece of garbage, but dude. Oh, this one has Krager's. Never mind. Scott on drums said, you have your work cut out for you with the 69. It was a 318 car, wasn't it? Yes, so it never needs to be that again. Kelly Smith asked about electric acoustic guitars. You know, I really like those... They're called Ovations, the weird plastic back ones. They're funky, but they sound really nice. So, yeah. I had one I really liked, and I sold it.
Dave asked about the Oli Cuda. I never really did any videos, so for little background, we ran a 24 Hours of Lemons car that was a 64 Barracuda slant 6 4-speed car. That was kind of the rocket race car for a while. That was kind of before I was doing YouTube, so I don't really have any videos of that. And so my ex-business partner who I ran Rocket with, we titled the car in his name, which honestly was a giant mistake. But he ended up with the car, and it hasn't been raced since then. So it's still around, but it hasn't really been raced. And I don't really have any videos of that car, unfortunately. So that's
our friend Dan bought it.
Oh, does Dan have it now?
Yeah, Dan bought it.
What's he going to do with it?
Well, he's looking for a car to put the drivetrain in. And apparently, the other guy has a claim on a bunch of the parts if the car gets taken apart, but the car itself could potentially be available. And I told him, I might have said a bad word.
Dude, that car's got bad. Car. It just has bad juju. But that car.
No, I know you wouldn't want to campaign it again, but it's cool.
Do you understand what we did to that car? Do you understand what we did to that?
You've told me, yeah.
Yeah, so it was a 64 Barracuda, and it had like super rusty frame rails, and we ran a 68, 67 Fury Forever in Lemons. I mean, from like the first of Lemons, and we wanted to put everything from that car in the Barracuda. So we actually put a B body front subframe underneath that A body because we wanted more track and more room in the engine bay. So it has a full B body front end on it, and then that C body rear end in the back of it. We just flared everything, and it was a great looking car.
Yeah. Charles S. said I should sell those bucket seats I took out of the Charger. No. They're nasty Ford seats from the late 70s. They're already at the dump. Multiple commenters said, those are Hang 10 buckets! Those are Hang 10 buckets! So, you've never seen Hang 10 buckets then? Because they look nothing like that. They're white vinyl with blue and red stripes down the middle. And I know that because I used to have some in my 74 Duster. But they're a totally different seat design. I don't understand why. I don't understand. Like, I guess if you're blind, maybe they look similar. Anyway. Oh, and Dan Mafia. Yeah, I saw your response a bit ago, but I got, yes, Hang 10s are highbacks. Of course they are. Dan said he meant to say Resto mod as a joke. Yes, that's quite good. I apologize. And I apologize for not reading that earlier.
The The Hemi Roadrunner went to Trev, guy who works for me here. If you ever see the videos from Rocket, we have 3 big shops around here. I rented out one of those shops when I first moved in because I knew I'd fill it if I didn't, and I think we're all in agreement that would have happened. It kind of saved me for myself. So Trev rents it out. So he really wanted that Roadrunner, and I knew he was going to do it. So I basically sold it to him for basically what I had into it because I know he's going to do it. And honestly, if he doesn't get to it, he said he'd sell it back to me. So, but for now, Trev has that car. So
I've already expressed interest.
It's pretty cool.
It's very cool. That would be the ultimate Hemi car for me. Is either a first year Charger or Coronet. Belvedere would be fine too, but I'd rather have a Dodge, or 68 Roadrunner. The stripper, super basic, which is exactly what that car is. It's perfect.
Yeah. No radio, manual steering, manual brakes. What a cool car.
Perfect.
Red,
and it's the right color. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Comment from Dave. This was a bit ago, but his 65 Barracuda, that one. 273 4-speed, survivor car, getting a 4-barrel and some other stuff to make it drivable. He's really excited to see the video and to drive the damn thing. Yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome. Rooster says his blown 426 is far from cheap. Well, the blower kit's only like $5,000. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I don't want to talk about it right now. You get what you pay for, if that. Nice. No, I will not want to ramp truck Tom's crew cab. Tom's crew cab is a short bed, 3/4 ton.
Yeah, and it's got a service bed on it, so we're kind of debating what to do because I think one of the bigger issues we're going to have is figuring out fuel tank because it has an in-cab tank on the crew cab, and
we'll be okay.
We're going to have to come up with this.
We'll just put the
tank's going to have to go into the bed. We're going to have to make a filler into the service bed, I think. So I actually don't mind keeping the service bed. It looks kind of cool, but I may short bed it later. So we'll see.
I think people on the internet are going to love it, and it would actually be very helpful to have a truck like that.
Yeah, I mean, my plan is to use it. I mean, I'm not going to, like, long road trip that thing, but, like, my plan is, like, if I'm getting cars locally, I'll absolutely use that thing to tow cars around. It would be awesome.
Nope. Oh, yes, as Chris Freemesser pointed out, we've got over 200 people here, 202 right now. Thank you very much for hanging out, and thanks for coming over from Tony's if you did that. Appreciate seeing you guys every week. If you haven't hit like on the stream, you might do that because it does stuff for the thing with the deal. And Alan is looking forward to the 4-door Cummings swap. And why he insists on spelling it Cummings, I don't know. Oh, and there was another comment from Alan that said he hadn't had a tetanus shot since he was like in, 5th grade or something. Please get a tetanus shot.
If you're working for Jamie, yes, please
get a tetanus shot. Like soon.
Please. For all of us.
Yeah. Good times. Smash the like button. 202.5. Dean Stevenson, what up? Dean Stevenson was in the live yesterday with Tony, and Tony said Dean Stevenson is somehow in every single live stream. He's always there. Like, not just his, like all of them. He's in all of them. Welding cracked iron blocks is like cold fusion nuclear energy. Every few years, another hoax. Okay, tell that to all the racers with blocks welded back together. What are you talking about? Yeah. If Catherine Bach can charge, I don't know who that is, can charge $20 for an autograph, so can Jamie. No, I would never do that. Yeah, the only reason for me to go to events like that is to meet you people. I see enough of these cars. I don't need to go to the place where they're all gathered. I went to the Minnesota show. Do you know how many cars I saw at the Minnesota show? None, because I didn't go into the car show portion. I almost walked into it. I saw some through the gate. Did I walk into it?
You did go over there.
For like a minute and a half? Oh, no, I saw that blue demon. That's what I saw. I saw a demon.
And see that. But the problem was because you're Jamie, you were there so late, you didn't have time to do it. And then we had to go shoot for Emmett for Mopar Collector's Guide, and then
you know what I did to get there. How dare you? Oh, the original Daisy Duke copy. She only charges $20 for an autograph. Wow. Uncle Tony welds motors back together routinely. He sure does. With success? Maybe. Does the ramp truck have a 5-speed yet? No, and you'll know as soon as it does. There's no way to fit it in the shop. There's no way. I tried to. It can't be done. Not with all the other. The only thing I could do is put it on the side that Jordan's working in now that has the Dart Sport on the other lift if I moved the Dart Sport, but it's in pieces on the lift, so that's not really an option. So
we're gonna do that
in the yard.
It's kind of rainy right now.
I know it sucks. That's what I said to Alan, and he was like, I don't care. Okay. It's gonna suck, dude. Is anyone on good terms with Galen? I don't know.
I did a video last year, and I shouldn't have put the comment in, but he saw the comment and texted me afterwards, and
that's funny.
Let's leave it at that.
I don't need anyone to buy my merch. I appreciate it if you do. I make a little bit of money off it. Not a ton. It really just helps get the name out there. That's why I have it, and because people wanted it. I would never expect anyone to pay me for an autograph. No, thank you. I don't ever want to be that guy. I make enough money. I'll be fine.
McLovin asks how long it takes us to finish a car. I say a year, but it usually ends up being 2. And the reason is
depends on the car, but yeah.
We'll be waiting for a part, and then it'll go on the back burner, and then I'll get 10 other projects, and then it'll be 3 or 4 months till I get back to it. That's generally what happens. So, like,
this is
for example, the Daytona we have in the shop right now, which I really need to do a video on. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. I've been waiting on plating for like 2 months. And I'm hoping to get that back today. Then we can get the front key member together, get the engine in, and then start making some real progress on that thing. So,
oh yeah, and I just answered this question, but I wanted to put it back up on the board. What's the plan for the manual swap? We're probably going to do it in the yard. Maybe we'll build a little lean-to, or I do have one of those collapsible canopy thingies that we could put over the cab area, but it also would blow away right now. So there's that. Mark Sauvé dropped in. What is up? Nice. Dave wants to know, am I required to wear my DDG shirt during a ramp truck adventure? I would never insist on that, but it's certainly recommended. Alan always wears his shirts or hoodies or, whatever to be in uniform, which I never told him he had to do. I don't wear the shirts. I do, but you don't see them. Alan says, I have a shop. We could kick the dart out. We're going to have to block it really carefully so it doesn't roll down your hill. That would be bad. And then there's going to be 7,000 things that we need that are here. Maybe we just, and I talked about this, we can nose it into one of the bays and then just pull it out with the tractor and push it back in so we can close the door at night. That's possible. Tracy Gunn dropped in a bit ago. He's going to come by tomorrow to chat. Tracy, I'm going to be gone I'm going to be gone most of the day. I should let Alan know that too. And I'd invite you with Alan, but Dave's going to be riding with me, and we're in the ramp truck, so little cramped. Scott Sullivan said, Jamie, in the D200 vid, you mentioned the inner roof panel is difficult to pull, difficult to replace, yeah. My D150 has a quarter-sized hole in the roof above the drip rail. Yeah, that's normal. In the inner roof, not the outer, in the inner roof. The problem is, they installed the inner roof and then the outer roof afterward, and so they are pinch welded above. They are pinch welded between the two layers. So to do it the factory way, you have to take the outer roof skin off to get in there. Now, there are other ways to do it. I've done it. We did it in the 78 crew cab. We did not pull the roof skin. We cut it inside. We took the spot welds out. I think we just cut it and then ground it all down. I don't remember. But we dropped the old one in and then put the new one up, and we butt welded it on the seam and then bonded it so you couldn't see it. So there's no seam in the 78 crew anymore. And we used an inner roof from a single cap because that front panel is the same. So you could do that, but if you were to do it correctly, the way the factory did, you take the whole roof skin off. LEDs do have to have the correct polarization to work right. Those are 1157 bulbs, so they only go in one way. If they were single filaments with 2 pins and they were in the wrong way, they just wouldn't light. They wouldn't mess anything else up. Yeah. Cody Hollinger is interested in the Discord. Hopefully you saw the Discord link. McLovin has posted it multiple times. Of course, McLovin is on the Discord. He's always in there. No, still no one's joined during this very live stream. Or maybe I didn't look hard enough. Nope. Incredible. Oh, Mexican Spec did not know about the live yesterday. Yeah, I think it was a last minute thing. I did notice your absence. My sister dropped a link to the merch store. If you are interested in the Dead Dodge Garage merch, go there. It's shop.deaddodgegarage.com or just click on the linky thingy. I've been getting a lot of merch orders lately. A lot. So thanks to everybody that's doing that. Well, I'm sure he just, has the door open and the dome light happens to be lit at the same time. It's not like it's turning on with the running lights. It's going dim when the running lights are turned on. I've almost caught up with the comments. The Bandit 45 wants to know how you can save the patina on his 88 Chevy S10. Clear coat or one of those patina sauces or use Penetrol. I really like Penetrol. It's cheap. What do you got?
Steven, I don't know if it has a sugar up or not. I never checked, actually. But it wouldn't surprise me with all the options on that Imperial. He was asking for the Imperial.
Yeah, we didn't test that one.
Yeah, I think that's on the fender tag. I'll have to look. I don't remember.
Stop it. I'm not putting a 440 in the boat.
That would fix a lot of things.
Well, yeah, it would fix the fuel economy.
Get way worse.
Yeah.
Dennis Wheeler asked me how I got my start in this business. So I took kind of a normal route initially. I went to school. I went to Gonzaga University for 4 years. Got a real job for a couple years. Worked in a cubicle, and it didn't work. So I just didn't work. So I started selling stuff on eBay. I was part of the local Mopar club. They started giving me stuff to sell on eBay, so I started as kind of a parts seller. Then I got a shop up in Everett, started fixing stuff for people, and then Rocket Restorations was a restoration business in Olympia. A guy named Mike ran it, and then we kind of joined forces, joined the business, and then that kind of fell apart. Then I ended up buying it from him when it fell apart, and then I was in downtown Olympia in a shop, and then I decided I was sick of paying rent to people, so I just bought my own place and started running it out of my own place. So that's the short version.
And here we are now. Ben Braddock asked if I was going to keep the factory side markers when I reskin the 69 Charger or go for the 68. I'm a strong believer in not crossing the streams, and I feel like I made that pretty obvious during our conversation recently.
Dang. You need to see this link I'm sending you. My brother just sent me. You need to look at it now. I'm sending it to you on Messenger.
Okay, fine.
Hold on.
Holy crap. I have gotten many emails during this live stream. Oh, I paid my insurance bill. Oh. Hey, Jamie. Hope you're okay. Haven't heard from you in a while. No doubt you're very busy. Dude, let's see if it actually works, because it's been being weird today. My phone's doing all kinds of weird stuff. I don't know what's going on.
Dude, you're going to freak out.
Okay. Dude, I still haven't. Nothing. I don't know what's wrong. I think the Wi-Fi is broken or something. Yeah, I haven't gotten it.
I sent it to my brother.
Well, why would you do that? That doesn't help.
I don't know.
Oh, hey, what do you know? Battleground 1976 Dodge Ramp Truck. You guys do realize that Gary sent it to me too. You do realize I already have a ramp truck, right? It's a crew cab. It's 10 grand. What do you? I don't have 10 grand. That's pretty cool.
You can probably get that for yours.
I know I could get that for mine, probably more. But you know what's great about mine? It has a Cummins in it already, and it's about to have a 5-speed, and everything else is the way I wanted it and the way I built it. This is cool, but I'm good. I'll keep mine. I wish I had a club cab. A crew would be great, but it's just so long. Mine's long enough. It already takes up 2 parking spots. That takes up all of them. Anyway. What were we talking about? I don't know.
I lost my train of thought. I got excited about a crew cab ramp truck.
Bill Johnson wanted to know, why do engines manufacture coolant internally? That has been my experience too, Bill. It happens all the time. He pulled the block drains out of his Magnum and let it drain overnight, but he still got a bunch of coolant when he pulled the timing cover bolts. Damn them. Dennis Wheeler says, I need that truck. Yeah, I'd like to have that truck, but I don't think need is the right question, the right word. Oh, Morgan just joined the Discord. Yes, we have a Tech Talk. Excuse me. We have a Tech Talk channel on the Discord tubes. Excuse me again. And I'm in that all the time. If you have questions, I can help you there. Or you can email me. Snowmonk VX is here and would like a ramp truck, and McLovin needs a ramp truck. Yes, we've discussed your need of a ramp truck. Ramp trucks don't need to be parked in a parking space. Well, they do when you have to go places with them. Patrick Radcliffe wants to know what I'm thinking about tires for the dirt road Charger. All-terrains, obviously.
McLovin, I don't know how to decode 85 Ram Chargers, the codes. I know there's options on them. I don't know how to do that. And then, let's see over here. Yes, I at Plymouth on plywood. I have seen that car. I tried to buy it several years ago. It was just a little bit too much money for me, but it's a 56 D500 cop car, two-door post, super cool car. I'm a cop car guy. I tried to buy that several years ago, but I am just at max capacity on police cars right now. So it's probably not going to happen, but it's cool.
No comment on that one. No comment.
Mm-hmm. Those in glass houses.
Yeah. Yeah, seeing how much floorboard it has surprised me too. I've done Steve Earle before. My Steve Earle's not as good as my Tom Waits. God's away on business. Business.
All right. Switching from missiles to guns.
Here we go. Todd Denio is from Minnesota. I know that about you. And can show me what a real rusty car is. I've been to Minnesota. I know. Yeah.
My delivery is the guy from Ferris Bueller. Look, I've been sick all week. I've had a sore throat, and I'm coaching my kids' basketball game, so I was screaming for an hour. Keep in mind, they're 8-year-olds. I was still screaming the entire game. But that's why I have no voice right now, because I've been sick all week, and I was screaming at a basketball game for an hour. And I was at a football game on Friday, and I drank a little bit too much on Friday night. So there's all those reasons, yes.
I think we learned something.
Yeah.
Downtown Power and Sound. The Chocolate Jesus. He makes me feel all right. Wait, is that a line from that song? I don't remember. Anyway, that's fine. It's a truck that happens to have a ramp. It makes its own parking spots. That is true, but you can't park it on itself. Dave Freeman wants to know if I'm building the 69 into an SCCA rally car. No, not a rally car. Not exactly. Rustbeater Derek's crew cab ramp truck, long enough to exist in 2 time zones simultaneously. Yes. Someone else said the crew cab long bed is long enough to be in 2 states at once. And I said 4 if you play your cards right.
4 corners is a thing.
That's what I'm saying.
I've done that before. It's really cool. So you go feet crosswise, you can be in 4 states at once. It's cool.
I ain't never done it. Apparently they have your own chocolate Jesus. Now don't cross the streams. What have I said? Apparently there's also Rust in Ottawa.
Yeah, I don't want to buy an auto car, so I don't.
Maddie's Garage, good morning from Finland. How's it going over there? J. Russell Finch wants to know, what year Mopars are the hardest to find parts for? A
1926 Chrysler.
There you go. Morgan just became a DDG member. Thank you very much, Morgan. Appreciate that. Welcome aboard. Trish, I think is how you pronounce that, with the transmission question. 56 Imperial doesn't shift out of first unless turned off after driving a quarter mile. Start up after 30 seconds, all is fine, and transmission is happy. Any advice? I mean, it sounds like a valve body problem, but I don't know dick about power flights. I've owned a couple, but I don't
that
know
might
anything
be
about
the
them.
3-speed.
Oh, 56 is the 3-speed. Yes, it is.
That might be 3-speed cast iron torque flow.
Cast iron. I know even less about those. But it sounds like a valve body problem to me. Scott Day wants to know what my future plans are with the Turbo 6. I have so many future plans with that. First plan is to drive it. I'm crap canning the EFI system that's on it. It just needs to go. As soon as that sweet YouTube money rolls in about 4 days, I'm going to get a new one. You cannot get the controller for the old Atomic that broke. It's not in production anymore. They don't make the original Atomic anymore. It's gone. So I'm going to get one of those Aces systems. It's way cheaper anyway. Yeah.
By the way, when Jamie talks about how he doesn't like fuel injection systems, this is why. Because you buy a system today, in 10 years, and the controller craps out, there won't be one available. That's the problem with this stuff. They don't service it after it's more than 5 years old. That's the problem with this stuff.
Yep. And, can you get parts? Can you get information? Also, the diagnostic systems in them are non-existent. There are no trouble codes when things finally start failing in them. It's not like it's not like an EFI car. Even an ancient EFI car, you can get flashes out of the engine light and it'll tell you what's wrong. None of those aftermarket systems that I'm aware of have that. Not the ones I've seen. They don't do that. They just freak out and die. It's just not a good deal. Now, again, I have my reasons for running EFI, and the reason is Turbo Slant 6. So I'm still committed to that. Lots of people told me to put a Holly on it, and I'm not going to do that. My next boosted car will have carburetors, but this one, I'm dedicated to EFI. I'm going to build a multi-point setup eventually, but today is not that day. But anyway, yeah, so that's coming up. I'll be buying that in just a few days, so I'll probably have it next week. I'm going to do that. I just rebuilt the distributor. Didn't even really work all that well. More on that later. We'll get the AFI system and go from there. Hot Shoe says airflows are tough to find parts for, and I could believe that.
Yeah, they are. There's not many. They didn't make that many in the first place.
Yeah. True, pretty much anything with a computer. And that's absolutely right, except when the computer goes crazy, your codes mean nothing. That is true, too. But most original manufacturer EFI rigs, you can buy a computer. You can go get one. You can get a used one and reprogram it, or you can still get them new. A lot of them, it's hard to get computers for second-gen Cummins trucks now and first-gen Cummins trucks. So the same is true of those, but it's not as serious as those goofy aftermarket EFI systems. I don't.
Well, at least with the Cummins computer, they made 30,000 of those trucks that are out there. The aftermarket systems was just done by one aftermarket company. Who knows how many are out there?
The Cummins computer? Yeah,
well, I'm just saying, when you have a factory computer, at least there's a bunch out there with documentation.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Or so I just had to get one programmed by Dr. Art for the that camper van. It's a certain program in it, but you could take any of those computers and put the right program in it, right? So if you have someone with that technology, there is an almost endless supply of those, as long as you can get it programmed. Was there ever a factory split bench seat charger in the later years? Yes. 68 to 9, there are no bench seats. Is that right? Am I right?
Correct. Yeah. 70 came out with
one.
Yeah, there was a value package. I think it was A87. It was actually a different VIN on those. Those were XH instead of XP. So H was high, P was premium, S was sport for RT. Right. And then you could get a bench seat in a 70 charger. Pretty rare. They didn't make a lot of them, but you could in the 70. Then 71,
And those are the ones that didn't have the trim panel on the tail, so they had painted tail panels, body color tail panels, I should say.
Awful.
Terrible.
It's
so
not
bad.
Having the tail panel on a 70 charger looks
It's
awful.
just bad. Yeah. AMC guy already answered that question. He was on it. Yes, 70 you could get a bench seat, and later Chargers. Tracy's was a bench car.
Mm-hmm.
Linda Santomo. Jamie, I bought key ignition wiring and turn signal wiring for my 73 Charger. Do I need a real mechanic to replace those? Can I remove the steering wheel and replace myself with basic tools? I hope you got the switches with the wiring and not just the wiring, because you're not going to do 79 butt splices up in that steering column. That's not going to happen. You need complete switches with wires. So I hope that's what you have. It is a pain to fish those wires through. It can be done, but it requires partially disassembling the steering column. It's not quite as easy as just pulling the wheel. And you do have to drop the bracket on the bottom of the column. It's a job. But I mean, if you're a little bit handy, yeah, it doesn't take much more with basic tools. As long as what you have are new switches with the wires attached that just plug in when you're done. In some applications, you might have to de-pin those connectors. I don't think so on that. I could be wrong, but I think you can just fish those wires through. It's a job, for sure. There you go.
Old Green, the 78 crew cab that Jamie did the video on, that's a factory 440 truck, is D in the VIN. It just doesn't have the original 440. It was a 73 440 with a forged crank. So
isn't that truck a 77?
Is it 77? 77. You're right.
Yeah.
Yep. 77. Yep.
In my intro, I don't say what year it is because I didn't remember. And I didn't say until later in the video after I actually looked at the tag because... No, wait, I guess that one is a 78. No, I take it back. Or I'm still wrong, but I put 78 in the title, so hopefully it is. Josh's truck is a 77.
Wrong and you were wrong?
Dude, somebody's wrong, but it's... I don't know who it is. I said in the video, it's the same. It doesn't matter.
Hold on.
The black truck is a 78. The green truck is a 77. That's
so many
where we're
tin
at.
grill. I can't even keep track of them.
Dude, there's too many. Stupid.
Hold on. By the way, for tin grill, for people who don't know, 77 has clear turn signals in the grill. 78 has amber ones. That's how you tell the difference.
No, it's not. They didn't get the amber ones until late in the year. Both of the 78s here have clear lenses, and I thought that was wrong, and I learned that because someone, and I can't remember the name, I apologize, someone who's often in these lives, oh, he's here right now, Old Green, New Green, there's his picture, and it's a truck with clear lenses, and I said, oh, it must be a 77. He said, no, it's a 78. I said, oh, the lenses must have been changed. He said, no, early 78s had clear lenses, and now I know that that's true because there are two of them here right now.
Well, it has clear lenses, so...
So it's a 77 or a 78 up to like somewhere in the middle of the year production.
Pretty sure it was 77 on the title. So the title of your video is wrong. So
that's funny.
I'm pretty sure it was 77 on the
So
title.
my words were right. When I corrected you, I was right, but I was also wrong previously.
Mm-hmm.
I think
we don't need to get into who was more wrong.
We all it's a race to the bottom. Okay. Rick Rice is here. What is up? There's no such thing as too many tin grills. Yes, there is, and it's outside here right now. And Mexican Spec has reproduction turn signals for both of those trucks. Nice. It's awesome.
Does he? Nice.
Yes, I know the VIN tells you the year, but so does the plate in the door, which is what I looked at, which is why I remember, oh yeah, the brown truck's a 77. But then I wrote it down wrong anyway. Dr. Art wants to reprogram the world. Yep. He did the computer for that van, and he spiced it up a notch. In fact, you could see his video. And it would have been awesome, except it's a super heavy camper van, and so it was just way too much timing. And it shouldn't have been. Like, by the numbers, it should have been fine. It was not fine. So I had to send it back to him to take some timing out of it. Charles S. wants to know, when is a car not worth it? I have a 70 Swinger that is maybe 70% as bad as your Charger. Trying to decide to spend over $2,000 on sheet metal or just weld on a bunch of scrap steel. If it's not a rare, desirable 70 Swinger, it's probably not worth it. I mean, those cars are desirable now, even a basic one. They get a whole lot more than they used to, but not worth it is really subjective it depends on you. I mean, there are a lot of people that think my 69 Charger that you saw in the video today is scrap metal. And then there are a lot of people that think it's in amazingly good shape and absolutely worth restoring. So, man, it's just so subjective. Like, if the car is worth it to you, do not do it unless the car is worth it to you.
The truth is usually somewhere in the middle. So
yeah. If you're trying to sell it later, I wouldn't do either of those things. Bill Johnson with a great point. The Dodge Crate engine ECUs for the Hemi swaps does have OBD2. Yeah, it's basically a jailbreaking version of one of their factory systems. But yeah,
that's nice.
I wouldn't call that aftermarket. I'd call that that's still a Chrysler system. It's just a a jailbroken version. But yeah, most of the other systems don't. There must be a way to hack into that MSD from a laptop. And I was thinking the same thing, but I don't know how, and I don't want to. I just don't even care. Because honestly, even if I could tune it more now, I don't think it's going to do what I want. The Aces system I'm looking at costs significantly less money than a Sniper or an Atomic 2 or anything like that. I can buy just the unit. I don't have to get the supporting fuel system. I already have all that. It's going to be as simple as taking the Atomic off and putting the Aces on and connecting everything. It has smaller injectors. It's designed specifically for lower power engines. So it should be good. Yeah. Old Green, New Green was the one with the question about the crew cab. Yes, it is a real 440 truck, but someone put a 73 engine in it, which is good. They're rated for like 80 more horsepower, and it's forged crank. Did you know that?
Honestly, my plan with that truck was to come and swap it, but it was a factory 440 truck, and I found this one in Montana that was a 318 truck, and honestly, it doesn't look cleaner, but it's got a cleaner body. It doesn't have the roof rust and the rear window rust.
It's a lot more solid.
And it's a stick. I really wanted to do a 5-speed, so I don't trust those automatics.
That's gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really looking forward to that because we have a parts truck, because we have every single nut and bolt right there.
When do you want that, by the way? There's like 5 cars here that need to go out to your house, and I know you don't have room for them.
Dude, Alan and I have been working so hard and trying to make room and stuff, and then just projects keep showing up. The Bel Air is supposed to be sold. Got a down payment. That guy's not responding to my messages. You know how that game goes. So I'm probably gonna
multiple times the last couple weeks.
Something tells me I'm going to be relisting that. I'm going to give him a little longer, but it was supposed to be dealt with weeks ago. And he was supposed to be here last weekend. He said he would be. He was leaving in the morning. Haven't heard from him since. So anyway.
Yeah, honestly, anymore, I'm getting so many flakes. Even when guys say they're going to buy them, I require a deposit. I come up with a date where it's like, if you don't pick it up by this date, I'm keeping your deposit. And that's just the way I'm working anymore because it's so frustrating.
Mexican's back later. Yeah, it's infuriating. It is infuriating. Mark Sauvé, go with an Eaton 10-speed. I thought about a 10-speed for the Ram truck. I really did, but we don't need all that. I'm putting an NV4500 into it.
That'd be great.
Yep. It's going to be awesome. I've got it sitting on a rolling cart right next to my toolbox, and Jordan can attest to this. Every time I walk by it, I just have to run it through the gears. It's fun. It's really fun.
Totally.
Yeah. Bobblehead wanted to know that. I wouldn't, but someone with money should. Would you spend $60K for a great engine from Direct Connection? I wouldn't have. I could
buy a hell of a car for $60,000, not just an engine. So.
Yep. Did you have
Daniel? Yes, they did. It was optional 7374 with the hideaways. Oh no, it wasn't.
No,
my bad.
No, it ended after 72.
Yep. Sorry about that. It's just 72 hideaways. No 7374 hideaways. Yep.
They were gone. That's why we had to make one. And it actually turned out to be easier than I thought. We used the whole 71 bumper. We got a set of 72 grills and doors, I think. Had to fix a headlight motor and wire all that. I did a video on that. But we used the 73 brackets. You have to because the frame rail is physically higher up on the 73 4B body. Because they added the isolator mounts and the isolated K-frame, they actually moved the frame rail up in the car. So the brackets for the 71 would have put the bumper like 2 inches too high. So we used the 73 brackets. We just slotted the bolt holes farther, and it worked perfect. So it's really not that hard to do, as long as you can get a complete 71 hideaway setup with the bumper. You don't need the brackets.
Vic, I didn't see your question. Sorry. The Dennis asked about the Superbird. I still have the Superbird. I need to finish putting it together. We've just been so busy in here. I haven't had a chance to get it back in there. I actually have somebody coming down and take a look at it this week. So I would love to keep that Superbird, but it's too much money out of pocket right now. So it's probably gonna have to get sold. So
Mark, I appreciate the sentiment, but we're not famous people, and I don't know how much we really matter in the grand scheme of things.
Vic, I don't know when I'm gonna make it back down to that yard. I can't put my name on that Lancer. It's 8 hours from here. I'm not gonna make another trip down there until I can bring a car home, and you pretty much have to be there in person to claim a car. So I think they're gonna sell parts off the cars, but I don't know what the timeline is. And unfortunately, it's up in the mountains, so once winter hits, it's gonna be pretty hard to get up there and pull stuff. So
yeah. See you later, Glenn.
Like way up in the mountains, so maybe spring until I get back down there. So
yeah. Yeah. Feel better, Glenn. Take it easy.
Oh, Jesus, 7:45. I got about 5 minutes, Jamie. I got to help put the kids to bed, so I got about 5 minutes.
Fine. I don't know how it got so late. That's crazy.
I know.
God,
Time flies when you're having a chat.
I know. End of Time said we need to post a wall of shame for the flakes. I can't do that to someone. Especially, this guy was super cool. I talked to him on the phone. Like, he wants it. Again, he sent money. He's got skin in the game. It's just, he had some stuff happen, and I know it's legit, but, you know, again, he just kind of stopped responding, and that sucks. But I would never publicly shame him. There are some people out there that deserve it. I don't think he is one.
If I had a wall for all the flakes that I've dealt with, I'd need a bigger wall.
A big wall.
Let's put it that way. So.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, the rain's sitting here now. That's probably the rain that hit at the start of the chat.
Yeah, I bet it was. Nice. Could never sell a Superbird if I bought one. I could never buy one. Time is wibbly wobbly.
Well, I mean, it was a lot of money to buy that car, but it was worth it because now I can say I owned a wing car. I really want to get together, drive it on the street with the dealer plates. So I got to get the windshield in it, turn signals. I really just want to drive that car once, and then it's probably going to go down the road. So
yeah. It's neat, but you know what? Honestly, I thought it was cool. It's unique. Like, just the fact that you got to buy one and we got to drag it out of there. Like, that was awesome. And it's a once in a lifetime kind of thing. And that was very cool. But it doesn't get me excited. If any of them did, it should be the Daytona, and it doesn't. Like, it just doesn't. I just like the normal cars more. And the other thing is, it does so poorly on YouTube. I don't have any enthusiasm to do more with it.
The two videos
that car, I did on that,
yeah. Like, the amount of effort I put into those videos versus the return was ridiculous. Like, I mean, I'm not going to say nobody watched those videos, but it was like, I thought those videos would do great. They did terrible. I was going to do a follow-up video on, like, how to just install an engine harness. You know, sometimes those little to-do videos do pretty good. I just didn't even bother because no one was going to watch it. No one cares it's a Superbird.
Yeah, it's again, we've talked about this. It's pie in the sky. I mean, the people really like things they can relate to, or so it seems. And some people are excited to see it, and a lot of our viewers, like the people that hang out here, like, you're gonna watch it. We know and appreciate that, but you got to understand that videos don't always do well among the larger public, and the Superbird videos were some of those. Like, I don't understand, especially like dragging it out of that garage and all that work we did. It was just crazy,
dude. Those. Like, the put together video, I made some mistakes in that video. I didn't think it was as good as it could be. But the dragging out of the garage, I thought both our videos were really good, and I thought they would do way better than they did. And they really
mine did okay, but it wasn't what I expected. Like, we learned a valuable lesson on that one, I think. I mean, again, like, I'd still do it again, and I'm sure you would too, but it's just what you think will be amazing and popular. It's not.
Rust Peter Derek's, if I had a car to do the Route 22, that's
Route
the
60,
easiest choice ever.
22?
Route 66. Whatever. Route 66. I'm tired. Whatever. Do you want me
Dodge
to start pointing
Challenger.
out your foibles? Drink.
No, don't do that. That's a mistake.
It would be my gold 72 Polaris Watch and Stay Patrol car. 440, super comfortable power seats, AC. The best car to do Route 66 in would be my 72 Polaris. So
I gotta do it. I got to do it in a Challenger. There's no other option. Or my Charger would be cool, but a Challenger just seems right. You know, vanishing point. McLovin, I wonder if people don't watch because it's an unattainable car. And that's what I meant when I said pie in the sky.
Yeah.
It's not relatable. We talk about that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, Jamie and I talk a lot about what videos were. Everybody's making fun of me for the Route 22. Yeah.
Yeah.
2 or 3 times. Do 1/3 of the route. Funny. Jamie and I talk a lot about what videos work. I mean, like, Jamie's found what works pretty good. I mean, his brand is Cheap Junk,
There's a brand,
which is great. And I feel like I have an independent channel, but I'm also kind of in the Dead Judge Garage universe, if you know what I mean. So like my channel has a lot of the same followers, so I just have to, you have to understand what works and what doesn't for my channel and what works for his channel. And we've kind of gotten a pretty good idea for that now.
But we miss the mark occasionally. And I will say, when I decided to do the Max Wedge video, and by the way, to everyone, Tom was planning to do a Max Wedge video, and then he kind of decided not to, and then I started working on it, and I decided, screw it, I'm doing a video. So I apologized.
Honestly,
profusely.
I would have done one if I could have driven it, but it was
that was the problem,
plane,
right? So you said
I didn't think I could do that car justice without driving it.
So I decided to do a video, and I fully did not expect it to do well at all, again, for that same exact reason. It's rare, it's expensive, and it actually did very well. And also, I'm sure you guys saw, Tom also contributed a segment to that. And that video has almost 40,000 views, which, again, for that kind of car, like a high-end collector car, I would not expect that on my channel. But maybe the fact that it's such a cool drag racer thing. So Tom has to get out of here, I believe. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I got to run. Yeah, I mean, the whole, 13-to-1 compression, like that was really cool. So all right, everybody, thanks everybody for watching, appreciate it. I'm gonna do a live from Macaca next week. I'll do a community post on it. I'm gonna aim for like 2 p.m. Central, like noon Pacific. So I hope you guys can watch. If there's anything specific you want to see at Macaca, let me know. I'm gonna do kind of like basically a lap of the show doing a live. I've never done a live before, so we'll kind of see how it goes, but that's my plan. So hope everybody can tune in and watch.
Hell yeah. If you don't know, that's Tom with Rocket Restorations. He's over there. And I know most everybody here follows him as well and is subscribed to him. But if you're not, there are links for his channel in the comments, or just go search for Rocket Restorations and you'll find him. All right, see you sometime this week. Bye now. Tom Hergert, everybody. No longer in the house. Everyone says bye, Tom. Bye, Tom. Thanks, Tom. Yeah. Yeah. I just saw something. I do provoke the viewers. Who liked the intro to the Charger video where I just... You're not a real car guy. A real car guy wouldn't kick that piece of trim. When I'm with other people, I can't hear myself. And it's weird. Now I can hear myself again, but I'm too loud. How would I ever know my microphone broke if I couldn't hear myself? I was talking about Aces. I probably am going to do an Aces system. It's a newer brand, and I feel like there's a certain amount of, early adopter thing. Like, is it going to be good? Have I given them enough time to become good? I don't know. But they've claimed some things. I don't know. I view it as kind of the same thing. The appeal for me is just the price point. I can get it so cheap compared to all of those other systems. Dr. Art is a dealer for Aces, and he's getting me the dealio. They're not just sending me one; I have to pay for it, but it is a good deal. So I appreciate that. Whether their programming is backwards capable for the long term, as they have claimed, I don't know. Whether the systems can be updated later, I don't know. But anyway, yes. Did I name the 69 Charger? Vic asked. Abomination is pretty good. It was named Private Pile. In fact, I feel like you may have even been involved with that at the time. But I don't know. Private Pile was pretty good. It's going to be hard to beat. But Abomination, we'll see. A-bomb-a-nation. Pizza pie. Jacob Lawson, going to be running 920s on my Duster. Nice. Yep, that's what I'm running on the Barracuda engine for Mark. And welcome to everybody that's hopped into our Discord during this live. Apparently that's 3 people. Thanks for joining. There's fun stuff happening over there. Takes a Dodge to catch a Dodge. That was from the remake, and what a dumb line. No, I don't want it on a sticker. I've said that to people over the years as a joke because it's ridiculous. Anyway. Yep. Would 188 valves be okay in the 920 heads? Well, what engine are they on? Are they on a 318? There might be room. 273 might become an issue. Although I don't really know. I am not an expert on that. I've never changed valve sizes in any head ever. Not once. Never done it. Mopar Jimmy might be one of the only Mopar guys that does not like the wing cars. No, you are not. I can tell you that from the comments on my wing car videos. Jacob Lawson, want to see you do a port job on the 273. I will. It's happening. 318 with flat tops. Yeah, you should be fine with 188s. Morgan, thank you. We will see you later. Yeah, it should be a good setup. Dave Freeman, it's going to be really hard to steal those 5-slot mags off Private Pile. Well, yeah, especially because they won't physically fit on your car. But if you want some 14 inches that are in pretty nice shape, we can talk. Jay Russell with a 62 Dodge. Or is that 63? Whichever. 62, yeah. Selling nowadays is so frustrating. It's maddening. I looked at 13 speeds. I looked at 10 speeds. I looked at 9 speeds. I looked at Eaton Eurotrans. I looked at so many different options. And at the end of all of that, you know what made the most sense? Getting a Dodge-equipped, factory Dodge equipment NV4500 and all the factory parts. And it's the easiest swap in the world. So that's what I'm going to do. I wanted a truck transmission. I really wanted to float the gears and all that sort of thing. But the 4500 is the way to go. It just is. Good times. A Mopar Man 408 says, I always laugh at tribute wing cars. Just why? Because you want one and you can't afford one. I don't think there's anything hard to understand about that. My brother's planning to Daytona clone his 69 Charger, which I think is silly. It's not what I want, but it's what he wants. He likes piss green 2020 Camaros. He's a different guy, you know? So there you go. Private parts should be a contender. Are 188 valves worth the machine shop trip? Again, it's nothing I've ever done, but I think it's a fine upgrade. Is it worth the cost? What are you doing with this car? Is this a street car? Because if so, don't bother. If you're trying to squeeze every pony out of the 318 and you're willing to trade some velocity and some bottom end torque for some high RPM horsepower, then look into the valve swap. If not, run what's there. Hot Shoe said, build yourself a Mega Squirt system. You'll never have to worry about how it works or finding parts until the Mega Squirt dies or the sensors die and there are no trouble codes in Mega Squirt. Yeah, I probably will eventually do a Mega Squirt. I was thinking possibly a 4-liter system, adapting that and having it programmed by the Dr. Art. But I can program a Mega Squirt here. So yeah, that's something I'm going to look into eventually. For now, I'm still in the proof of concept stage. I need to get this thing on the road and make sure it kind of works the way I think. I'm not ready. I already know from the one test drive that it's pretty awesome how it is. Long term, I want multi-point for sure, and I'll build that setup. But I want to run what I've got set up now with a system that doesn't suck. It'll be so much easier for other people to replicate. That's part of it. It's much simpler. It's much easier. I'm already there. So yeah, that's what I'm doing for now. In the future, I will be building a multi-point system. I really want to do that. For sure. When you drop a video on Tuesday, call it Tetanus Shot Tuesday. And someone else said that we should do the Tuesday live and call it Tetanus Shot Tuesday. I like that. Josh Jash said, with the big meats on the 69 and the tall stance, call it Bigfoot. Yeah, it is in the Northwest, too. That's appropriate. A bomb B Nation. Nice. Dan Tupper would like to see some flow numbers. Where did that just go? See some flow numbers on the 920 heads with either 188s and 1.6 exhaust or turn down magnum valves to take advantage of the smaller valve stem diameter. Turn down. Well, then the magnum valves are smaller. So how do you do that? Special guides, I guess. Oh, Vic is also bailing. Fine! See you later. Tetanus is a fine name for the Charger, but I'm not going to be using it. Oh, Robert Fitch interviewed for a job at Eaton 2 days ago. I'll be damned. Very cool. Now, I don't want a wing car. It's not my thing. I mentioned that. But, you know, I can appreciate them, and I understand that some people do like wing cars. How many Chargers did Dukes of Hazzard destroy? Asks Joshua Mofield. Way fewer than teenage kids sliding them into trees and stuff. Remember, those cars were garbage. Everybody gets all upset about the Dukes of Hazzard and everything, but like those cars belonged in junkyards 30 years ago. I mean, they just weren't. Yeah. Tetanus is a good name, but it's also not very original. Jesse McNeil wants to know if I know anything about the Cuck V Dodges. No, I don't. I've never heard of M890. I'm familiar with M880. They're very similar. Those in that time, they're very, very similar to regular civilian trucks. Like, exactly similar to civilian trucks, essentially. There are some with special bodies on them and stuff. I've seen an ambulance. But, yeah, there really aren't many differences on those. Dennis Wheeler, if I ever get to build my D500 Ram truck, it will have a 13-speed. I want something big like that. I really do. And that's kind of what my whole thing with this Ram truck has been, tiny semi-truck. Let's do tiny semi-truck things. And that's why I was thinking about a semi-transmission. But the other reason I didn't do it was weight. This is a truck that I need to keep under 10,000 pounds loaded. Or close. And those 13 speeds and even the 10 speeds are big. They're big and huge, and it wouldn't fit without some major work. Nice. 20 Cent Motors had a comment a bit ago. On another channel, an 87 Fifth Avenue video did almost as well in views as his 67 Eldorado. The not K-Car that I did and the 81 Challenger that I did, way more popular than any Muscle Era Mopar I had done in a very long time. My 55 Imperial video also did very well. All three of those videos were kind of choochin' at the same time. But yeah, the 81 Challenger, like, people loved it. And same with the K-Car, not K-Car. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, it works. I've already apologized to the live streamers in the past for eventually having more K-Cars on the channel for exactly that reason. People like to see them. So yeah. There you go. I don't know how it works, but it does. It just does. Yeah. Dan Tupper said something about running Magnum heads on 273s, and that is something he and I were talking about early on in the planning of my 273. I do like the idea, but I just... Yeah, I want to keep the shaft mount rockers for that engine because I'm going to do ridiculous RPMing with it. So that's part of it. I just want to use the classic parts. That's another part of it. Aces is always having a sale. Always. You can get a damn good deal just through their website, too. Like, really good. Yeah. Yes, it was great. The rust just raining out of the tailpipe while Alan was cutting it. That was so hilarious. It reminds me of this movie, and I mentioned it to him. Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid. Say, oh, God. The banjo-playing comedian. Steve Martin movie. There's a scene where he's pouring tetanus. What? He's pouring ground coffee out of a bag. And he's pouring it he's making Java. You need a cup of my Java. And he's pouring it forever. And he's shaking it, pouring it, like seriously, 30, 40 seconds. It's so funny. But it looks just like that. Like the raining dust. It's amazing. Lockjaw Charger. Yeah, it's not going to be rusty when I'm done, though. Mark Survey is afraid to Google what a mega squirt is. Yeah. 20 Cent Motors asked if there was a 55 Imperial update. Yes, I'm in the middle of filming it. I'm getting it ready to drive it home from Rocket. That is my plan. I'm going to drive it come hell or high water. That is my plan. Paint the Charger lemon twist and call it the General P, said Hot Shoe. No. Well. Corey M., any thoughts for a built big block C-body project? Yeah, I got one coming up. Although I don't know if we're going to use no, I guess we're probably not going to use the built engine. We're going to use the crappy low compression 440 motorhome engine, but it'll still be fun. I would like to do a big block C-body build, and this one could always get a better engine later. Right now, I just want to make it run. Yeah. Dan Rose asked if I'd heard about Smokey Unix 84 Horizon. No, but I'm familiar with his experiments for fuel economy. At least a bit. Gas Crunch of the 70s killed more Chargers than anything, said Josh. Yep. Yeah, that's certainly one. Yeah. Needs the Cummins sound if it's a 2-mile long truck. I agree. So many people in the Brown Crew Cab video could not believe, why would you come and swap that? You gotta have the big block. Oh, you like 8 miles a gallon. Okay. I don't know if anyone's noticed, but my, oh, good. They broke again. Awesome. Yeah, cool. My glasses are more crooked than usual, and they're also ruined and scratched to hell, and the little screws keep popping out. So this lens might just fall out at some point, and then I'll be blind. It's getting really bad. Alan likes Private Pile. That's good news. I'm going to go eat food really soon here. And I apologize if I did not get to your comments tonight. Of course, having Tom here kind of slowed things down on that. John Chapman, 9359 Magnum, installed new plugs and plug wires, found the distributor was loose and turned. How do I get the base timing back for the computer? I think you need a scanner with live data. You should be able to check it in there. I've never done it on a Magnum ever, but I've done it on countless Chevys. They have an offset PID in the live data that you look at when you're setting it. You can't use the timing light, I don't think. You look it up somewhere, but I think you probably need a scanner for live data. And Old Green New Green asked what my thoughts are on the Magnum V10. I think they're neat. They sound wrong, but they're interesting. Great haulers, but again, like if you want to pay single-digit fuel mileage costs, that's up to you. I don't. I'd like to have a V10 someday just for fun, but I couldn't actually use it. I couldn't do it. Banana Truck was doing an autocross yesterday. Someone had a Camaro the same color as your brother's. Quite a color. It's god-awful. Just god-awful. He was talking about wrapping it, and I said, the good news is wrap still exists. He says, I was thinking about that. And then whatever color he said was like somehow more obnoxious than the green. He mentioned flat purple. What is wrong with that man? I have not forgotten to upgrade the brakes on the Turbo 6. I'm actually going to put my whole plan for that turbo build. It always has been. My plans, my opinion on modernized classic cars have changed a lot since I sketched out this build in my head, but I'm still going to do it the way I always wanted to. And, yeah, maybe we don't call it that, Tom. Tetanus Queen, there you go. Nice. I'm still doing the EFI. I'm committed to that, and I'm committed to putting modern brakes on it because everything else is, wrong. So I'm going to do a disc brake swap. It'll be manual discs, but at least it'll be discs. I have other things in mind. Yeah. And people keep saying, why don't you put a carburetor on it? Why don't you put a carburetor on it? You just have to understand, this car, for whatever reason, my vision has always been that. It's got to have the fuel injection. It's got to have... Yeah. Just has to be that, and that's what it's going to be. Yeah, you never see late 70s, early 80s Challengers anymore, and there's a reason for that. But yeah, the people love them. People do like 68 to 70 Chargers. That's very true. But just, again, like I mentioned, that 81 Challenger that did super, super, super well. 11,000 people have watched today's 69 Charger video, which is good. That's good for me, but it's also 4,000 behind the turbo slant and nowhere near as good as those two other videos I mentioned did. So, it's interesting. It's very interesting. Yeah, apparently you missed that, Steven. The 85 LeBaron is still for sale. Apparently there might be some competition because Alan wants it to. Yeah. I agree. I'd rather just have the Air, though. Because that's cool, too. Dan Tupper. If I plop a 360 LA and an 833 overdrive into my 93 D150, what all will not work in the dash? Dude, the dash in those doesn't care. It doesn't care at all. You can put the original speed sensor in your 833 and it will work perfectly. All the others, you just need regular temp sensor, the correct oil switch for 93. Everything will work. It's so easy. You won't have an engine light. Which is great. Yeah. I mean, the Cummins, the Ram Truck video, if you saw that, I deleted the computer. The entire dash still works. Nothing in the dash relies on the computer. None of the gauges rely on the computer being there. So, anyway. Yes, a low compression 440 could use boost. And yes, there's lots of room for activities. My glasses are more crooked. Glasses are more crooked than Nixon. You know he wasn't a crook. Have a great week, everybody that's dropping out of here. It's super late. It's time to go eat some leftovers. I didn't play an intro song. Of course, Tom was here. Oh, Mrs. One-Eyed Cat is here right on time as usual, because I'm going to leave. No, those hoods, if it's an SS, the hood comes black like that. My brother's is black. It's the one thing that... Stop it. At least it's not statutory grape. The one thing is the flat black looks really, really, really good on that color. All right. Turn on the giant amplifier. I went back. I usually go back and check my musical performances later, and this guitar was super out of tune last time I played it. But the show must go on, you know what I mean? Oh, the dirt's off. There we go. Oh, that's a horrible noise. What's wrong with this thing? What's wrong with you? Why are you doing that? I got a bad cord. That's new. don't go. Baby, please don't go. Baby, please don't go down to New Orleans. You know I love you so. Baby, please don't go. Where your man done gone? Where your man done gone? Where your man done gone? Down the country farm, he had the shackles on. Baby, please don't go. A couple notes out of that. Anyway, good enough. Want to go chase some bugs after this? You can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant, except in Alice. I still haven't learned to play that. I gotta do that. Someone needs to buy Tom's Imperial so Steven doesn't. I will not play Skinnerd. Oh, his was a ZL1. My brother's is an SS1. Apparently there's an SS1 and an SS2, and he spent an inordinate amount of time explaining to me the things that his does not have because it's an SS1. I can't help about the shape I'm in. I can't sing, I ain't pretty, and my legs are thin. I will be putting airbags on the Ram truck, yes. Which configuration, I'm not sure yet. I've looked at several. Planning to change the axle and then get the kit that actually fits the Dodge truck. Yeah. Okay. The best thing since sliced deer. Okay. I dropped my snacks, but the floors are clean. Okay. Bye. I can't play anything. I can play a lot of stuff, but not everything. I used to play with thick picks because I liked the tone, and I would snap a string at every show. So I always carried 2 guitars, sometimes 3. But now that I play with the thinner ones, it's not really a problem anymore. Excuse me. Okay. It's been lovely seeing you all. And I will see you later. Did I get the OD fix? No. We're going to limp it to Kent tomorrow and bring a car back with the OD still broken. It sometimes works. We'll see. Stick swap coming up. Okay. Bye, everybody. Thanks again. Appreciate it. Thanks, Tom, for being here. Yes, thick picks break strings if you beat them hard enough. Night, everybody. Patrick, Robert, Banana Truck, The Moss Neck, Dalton Sparks, McLovin, The Scoop, Ben Braddock, Dan, Bill, Scoop again, IB Anonymous, Ibanimus? Whatever. Hot Shoe, order the Remflex gasket. Damn it, still haven't done it. Mom, sister, Scott. Okay, bye. See ya. Later, next week, in the comments, etc.